Look at that trophy, baby. Look at it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
That trophy will be here soon.
I think that is fake news, my friend. It's kind of, oh my gosh, it's heavy, dude.
Bro, that's nice.
Someone's going to get that bad boy.
Now, who keeps it? The React person? Do they share it like a Stanley Cup? They pass it around until next year?
Dude, both winners get one.
What?
The member of the fam and the member of the Super Square staff both will receive one of the trophies along with their $2,000 first place award.
Mark my words, bro. Mark my words, Dave. You will see that standing right here all next season, bro.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. We will see what happens. Time will tell, my friend, because it is a big night, exciting night for our live draft. I'm going to put this bad boy here to the side. I probably shouldn't have touched it, because it might be bad luck, like a conference championship trophy, but I'm good to go with that. And instead, I'm going to grab our old Super Squares football and put it out here. There we go, right there in front. And we are ready to go, my friend.
My friend, the game starts here in a minute. Before we give away the skybox for this evening, by the way, Will Ferrell on the screen with a shirt that says Hot Buttered. I don't know what said below that, but I love the shirt no matter what it said. Maybe instead of like Hot Blooded, it's Hot Buttered.
They just showed No Ma.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Look at all these stars, bro. Dwayne Wade. Dave, let's go over our predictions before we do anything else.
Let's do it,
my
bro.
friend. Who you got tonight?
Well, here's who I got tonight and why I've got them tonight. You and I started this playoff run, and right now you are 5-0.
Yeah.
And I am 4-1. So I know that you're going to pick the Rams. Everything on paper says to pick the Rams. Listening to the radio on the way here, they said if Jared Goff was starting this game, the Rams would still be favored to win. But J.J. Watt is back, my friend. J.J. Watt is back, my friend. And I am going to go with the Cardinals because of J.J. Watt, because he's a freaking awesome human being. And I know you're going to pick the Rams. I need them to lose and the Cardinals to win so I can tie you at 5-1. So I am picking the Cardinals, and I've gone 24-20.
24-20. Interesting, Dave. Here's the deal, bro. I went back and forth on the game because I think it's going to be a great matchup. I love Kyler Murray. I love J.J. Watt. I love Aaron Donald and Stafford, of course. But here's the deal, Dave. The Rams did not trade away 2 first-round picks so that Stafford could win the division, have an MVP season, help Cooper Kupp have an MVP season, make it to the playoffs. None of that. They traded 2 first-round picks for tonight, for playoff wins, for the Super Bowl. Nothing else matters.
They maybe should have got someone that's won a playoff game.
Doesn't matter. Nothing. They know what they got in them. Nothing else matters. This is why they got him. The whole season, I don't care what happened. He had a great year, a couple picks, maybe more than he should have. Tonight, you're going to see why they gave the house for Stafford. Rams 35, Arizona 24.
Wow.
My friend.
Wow. I tell you what, though, Arizona's defense has played their worst football probably in the last month of the season. It could go either way. We will see. It's going to be interesting, my friend. How about total yardage? With as high of a score as you chose, I bet you're approaching 750 or higher. Now, I looked at both teams. I looked at the stats. I looked at what they're doing offensively. And between the two teams, yeah, they're almost at that 800-yard mark. But defensively, and again, J.J. Watt is back, total yards against per game, 329 for the Cardinals, 344 for the Rams. So that gets you into that mid-low 700s. So I went a little bit behind that. 697 total yards.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I have high-flying game tonight. I think there's going to be a lot of points, even though defenses, I think, play well enough to make good plays. I have 787 yards.
Yes, and we're 90 yards off on that one. And then I have a feeling we're going to differ on passing as well.
Stafford.
Murray.
It's interesting you say that because if the Cardinals are winning, then Stafford's going to be chucking the ball all over the field. But if the Rams are winning, Kyler's going to be doing the same.
Well, are the Rams 2 starting safeties both out for this game, my friend?
Yeah, but they have Eric Weddle, bro.
I know. Yeah, okay. Someone that hasn't played in years.
Old man Weddle.
So I went Kyler Murray, who was on track to become the most valuable player in this league before his injury midseason.
True.
254 yards, my friend.
Nice. Now, we're not that far off as far as passing yards. I just went about 70 more. I've got Stafford with 319, my friend. Let's rock and roll. I'm so pumped for this game. I'm a little mad they put it Monday night because if Stafford does not have a great game, it's just going to be trending on Twitter for 2 days. But I'm ready. I got my Stafford jersey on, my friend. Go Rams.
Hey, Punisher, anyone else that's tuning in right now? No. The answer is no. The Skybox is not the same as the last few games. Do not join any Skyboxes. Nobody join unless you join beer. You can go to beer. You can go to beer if you want to.
When are we going to give that Skybox away, my friend?
I will wait because Big Money Frank is going to come out here because tonight is so important, and he'll be with me for most of the evening. So we will do that, and there's your first completion right there. To
announce the Skybox code for tonight. He's putting it up.
You want us to go and do it? Okay. Frank said we can announce it now there if you'd like to, Jonathan.
Yeah, my honor. So I'm gonna go to it here. If you're new here, you go to the lobby. You're gonna see create Skybox or join. I'm gonna join that Skybox, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out this nice iPhone I have, and I'm gonna look at the message that Big Money Frank sent me, and I'm gonna type in Super Draft, SUPERDRAFT, Super Draft, all one word. Join that Skybox, my friends, and we'll actually put that one up on the screen.
There we go. So that is the Skybox that you want to join tonight. Super Draft, because it's all about that draft, Super Draft. Now, for those of you that
Rams ball.
Anyone that's watching really quick, you have just a couple seconds if you didn't do your picks yet. So get in right now, do your picks, do your predictions. Yes, you can still win beer for a year. You can still be top 150 in the country. But tonight, along with playing our national game, we are going to be announcing the winners from the contest we had on Saturday and Sunday from the wild card weekend. The 9 people that are going to be in the finals and get a chance to draft one of us tonight for the contest that we have going on through the Super Bowl. That's what that trophy was for, and some great prizes. It's something we've done special for you, the fam. So thank you all so much for being here. I'm looking forward to it. Who's going to go first in the draft? Who's going to go last? And as a matter of fact, John, and I'll wait till Frank gets out here a little bit later because we're going to start kind of telling who some of those finalists are in the top 20 and then narrow it down here so they're ready to go at halftime. But I want everybody that's watching to know that there are positives and negatives about each person here. And you see the names on the bottom of the screen: Bearded Blevins, Big Money Frank, the Commish Matt Burke, Magic Megan, Tim G, Uncle Terry, Letters from Luigi, Snarky Boy, Brandon, and me. So there's positives and negatives about everybody. And through the next couple of quarters,
look at Cam Akers.
Look at that.
Oh, that's Sony Michel.
Sony Michel, dude. I'll tell you what.
Sorry to interrupt. That was a massive play.
No, that's all right. I'm going to tell you, anybody that picked up Sony Michel when Cam Akers went down and got hurt in their fantasy league, most likely rode him to a championship, my friend. I'm going to tell you that's the truth.
Sorry, keep going.
I was going to say, I'm going to share some positives and negatives about everybody that you can pick, because those of you in the fan that have watched us for the last couple of years, we always try to share ways to help you win. Even though we're going to be competing against each other, I always recommend people, hey, man, take notes if you want on the commercials. Watch the commercial twice. Pay attention to that. Here's how you look at the scores. I mean, so I do want to help, even though this is competitive amongst us all. Everybody with some positives about choosing someone on that list and maybe some negatives about choosing someone on that list. So we'll get that done here in the next hour or so.
Sounds like a blast. I am pumped for the game tonight. I am wildly pumped for what's happening on stream here, for that trophy that looks just incredible, for the whole game that Frank's put together, for the finalists. It's going to be a blast, my friend. Yeah. And you know what's cool about it? First time anyone's ever done it on Twitch or anything like this at all.
I love it. Like I said, I've been excited. And I mean, I love coming out here and doing this with everybody and hosting the shows and talking to the fam and hold on a minute. And doing Landon's laughs. I've got one here tonight for halftime. Yeah, I love doing Landon's laughs and everything else. But we always let you know that even though we're playing along with you, Jonathan and I do our picks. We put them in. We're rooting for squares and all that stuff. We can't win. I mean, we work for the company here, so we can't win. If you've ever been in the game group with us and we're on the leaderboard, we get taken out. The computer takes us out at the end and everybody moves up. So we're not allowed to win. So I'm like excited about this because we have something to play for now. It is really cool. I love the fantasy component of it, to get to see the fam draft us and who's gonna go and why and everything. So yeah, I'm excited about this as well. The only thing I hope is I don't wind up in dead last place with that participation trophy, my friend.
Yeah, dude. I was telling Frank earlier, we were texting just a little bit. I'm competitive. I'd like to think that I'm a healthy competitive, and a good sport. But I'm competitive as they come, dude. And I don't care where I get drafted tonight, first, second, third. Do I think I'm worth a first-round pick? Sure, of course. I just want to win. I'm cool being picked ninth as long as I'm not in ninth place.
Yeah, I mean, and that can happen. It doesn't really make a difference. It's when you look at, let's say, for example, a fantasy draft. Now, if you drafted, ninth in your fantasy draft, there's a chance you still win the league. It doesn't really make a difference. And I always prefer to draft a little bit lower so I can get like 2 closer picks instead of waiting all the way down when it snakes back and stuff like that. But I mean, I would venture to say that, if you drafted at the end of your fantasy draft this year and you drafted wisely, you probably won a fantasy championship. I would think.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if you drafted in the 11th slot. Hey, we've seen both teams have an offensive possession. Both teams end up in a punt. And I'm going to tell you something, Jonathan. And again, not to troll on your boy and all that stuff and everything. I'm just telling you what I heard today, listening to the radio, reading stories and everything and all that stuff. We watched together yesterday the complete and utter disaster that was the Dallas Cowboys and the end of that game.
Yeah.
I don't care what McCarthy said after the game and, we wanted to get down and we've practiced this and all that. I mean, I don't know if you've heard it all, but to me, I'd rather have 2 and possibly 3 shots at the end zone from the 40-yard line than try to get 1 from the 25 and hope that if I call a running play down the middle of the field with 12 or 14 seconds left, whatever it was, and no timeouts, that nobody gets hurt and falls down. I don't run too far. I don't run too short. The official gets the ball. Something doesn't happen. No, I mean, like, there are so many things that can go wrong. It's just a horrible coaching move.
Yep.
And they were talking about what is the biggest, in this radio show, they said, what will be the biggest letdown or flop of this postseason? And they said the Dallas Cowboys, what they did yesterday, or they said, and they didn't put it on the Rams, they said Matthew Stafford today. If Matthew Stafford has a bad game and loses this game, that will be a bigger disappointment and bigger flop than the Dallas Cowboys yesterday.
I mean, yeah, if it's his fault in that he has lays an egg, throws a pick or two, only 1 touchdown, less than 200 yards, not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he throws 3 tutties, 1 pick, 300 yards, and 70% completion, and they lose, that's not on him.
Right. You can't blame him on him.
Yeah, but no, I agree. He needs to ball out tonight. There's no excuse.
Yep.
The defense needs to do their part, put them in decent positions. They just did right there. And I don't know if you saw that 3rd down and 10 play there. Unbelievable coverage. Stafford held on the ball, and normally he makes that throw. Normally he chucks that ball in and throws a 50-50 ball. You could tell he was being extra careful with it there. He took the sack. They punted. Good coverage by the Cardinals. But what Stafford do you want? The one who takes the sack there, the one who throws it up, and 50% of the time it's a catch and 50% it's a pick.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It's going to be interesting to see if he gets a little more comfortable throughout the game and takes those shots. He's going to have to take shots today.
Yeah, he's going to. He is going to, but they also have a good running game. And like you said, I mean, Cam Akers is back. Are they going to, he'll be your passing back. And Sony Michel, you've already seen, bust 1 run here as well. And they, come right back to the game. And Kyler Murray's running for his life and just goes down and loses a yard.
But that is exactly what happened the last time they played.
Q Spark says if you did join top 9 and nobody should join the top 9 skybox. You're allowed to join 2. You can join 2 skyboxes for games. So if you've already blown it, yeah, go ahead, Frank.
So he's already asked. We're going to do a favor for people in stream tonight.
Okay.
If you inadvertently join the wrong skybox and you're locked out,
Okay.
as long as they on stream request with their screen name, we will manually include them in the results for tonight.
Okay.
But only those, thanks to Luigi, because Luigi
Wow.
doesn't want to be drafted last.
Okay.
He's gonna stay till 3 a.m. doing this.
Okay. So are you going to be keeping a tally of that, or do we yell, "Hey, Luigi, Q Spark"? I mean, are you going to? Yeah. So someone needs to monitor that
You're gonna
for
write it down.
for that. Well, so I'm not always paying 100% attention to it. I mean,
They need to make sure. Remember, this is only for people that are on stream that will get your attention, right?
okay. So if everybody did hear that, if you happen to join the wrong skybox and you put in yesterday's and Saturday's skybox of top 9 accidentally, we are going to move you over manually. It may not get done right now, but you'll get moved into that skybox overnight and put in the right spot and be able to compete.
We need prizes for that also.
Yeah. So let me know. So that it was Q Spark, right? Was one of them?
Yeah, Q Spark. It looks like
Now hold on a
Ski-Man.
minute. Hold on, everybody. Q Spark, make sure you give me your Super Squares name, not your name on Twitch. So if you have a different name on Twitch than you have inside of the Super Squares app, I need your Super Squares screen name. Anybody that got into the wrong skybox.
This is gonna be hard to keep up with this. There's a lot.
I know.
So Q Spark is one. It's the same.
Okay.
All right. Ski Man, is your name the same? All sweaty. All one word. All sweaty.
Okay.
Ski Man 74. One word.
SKI.
SKIMAN 74.
Got it.
Okay. ZORT.
ZORT.
Yep.
Got it.
SDT1. S as in Sam. D as in Detroit. T as in Thanksgiving.
And the number 1.
1. Yep.
Got it.
Skoldier 24. SKOLDIER 24.
All right.
Papa Fox. All one word. PAPAFOX.
Got it.
Lord Goofa. All one word.
Just spell Goofa. GOOFA.
Yep.
GOOFA. What? Twin 87. I got that one actually. Yeah, I wrote that down.
Okay. A1.
Forget it.
Hey, hold on.
Forget it.
Hold on.
Forget it.
Frank just said forget it. What are you going to do?
No idea. I'll be there.
Okay, Frank's got a new idea. So Jonathan, hold
Oh
that.
man, we're almost done. We're literally that's the last one.
Okay, what's the last one? D's nuts?
A1 Bengal. A1 BENGAL. That's it.
BENGAL, like a tiger.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got those names right here, but Frank may have another idea, so we will figure it out and go from there. My friends.
All right. Great defense, by the way, by the Rams on that last possession for the Cardinals. And Kyler Murray threw up kind of two balls that really could have been picked. They were 50-50 balls. He did throw those up. Luckily, they were both incomplete, although one of them could have been caught by the Cardinals. So we'll see what happens.
Now, for those of you that aren't that great at listening and can't read, I do want to tell you, Super Draft. It's on your screen right now. That's the skybox you want to join. Super Draft. You do get to join 2 skyboxes. But we'll wait. Don't do anything right now. It's just, again, let's see what Big Money Frank's going to come out and do, and we'll see how we can combine it so people can still win beer for a year and all that good stuff. My friends.
Benster, Top Dog, thanks for the follows. Megan, thanks for the gifted sub to all Schweddy.
You go, Megan. You've already donated 69? Good number. Good round number.
Pays at man his money. Seabass goes, so much for paying attention to the correct skybox.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
On the app that pays to pay attention. Come on, y'all.
All about that. Paying attention. Pay attention.
Now, we appreciate you being here. And earlier, Bison Thumper said, so good to see 120 plus people in the Twitch stream. We've had about 100 for the last 2 days during the playoffs. And really, that's in thanks to the core. I told Frank it might take a while, but this is going to blow up. It takes a while to build that community, get the regulars there ready to go. Nice throw from Staff to Beckham there. Beckham was wide open.
Hey, Odell Beckham. That's he was one of my favorite players.
I wish you had his jersey tonight, my friend.
Yeah, according to our website, he's my favorite player. Thanks,
That's right,
Brandon.
And really, then it kind of snowballs, guys. That's how Twitch community works. That's how growth works. And so we appreciate all the new people here and all the OGs. Welcome.
Yeah, if you are new, do us a favor. If you're new, just pop your name into there. Hey, I'm so and so. This is where I'm from. Whatever. I would like to know that. And are you coming in, Big Money? Ladies and gentlemen, Big Money Frank.
Sorry.
Big
No
money,
worries.
big money.
There's Cam Akers.
Big money, big money.
Okay, so
Big money.
again, so for those of you that are new, welcome into the show. We have a lot going on tonight. Normally, just our regular Super Squares game, and that is still going on nationwide. Plus, we're going to do the live draft here for our Super Squares TV Bowl. We're going to do Landon's Laughs at halftime. We have Matt Burke's Tweets of the Week. Then we will get, I said tweets.
You got more than one today?
Yeah, there's just, Matt Burke has been such just a vast supply of great tweets. We're going to tweak that to Tweets of the Week and then have our live draft here as well. Exciting night.
Yep. Wanted to clear up this issue. Here's what we're going to do tonight. We've got special Skybox prizes tonight. We're going to have 2 Skyboxes tonight. The Super Draft Skybox, for those of you who pay attention or were on a lot last night. And for those of you that weren't, we're going to honor the scores in the top 9 as well. So there's going to be 2 Skyboxes tonight. The highest score in both of those Skyboxes will win, and the highest predictor in each Skybox will win a Hall of Fame Dan Deerdorf, former Cardinal, Hall of Famer, lithograph from the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
As soon as you get that open.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Thanks for the follow, Packer fan. Stuart, you know you love it here. And Monica, welcome from Washington, D.C. Brand new.
Monica, awesome.
A bunch of people having a Bayrum day, guys.
A Bayram day.
You know, Packer fan's going to have a Bayrum day because we're going to talk about Packer fan right now.
Monica, I used to live out there. I was in the Marine Corps in Quantico. I'm not sure where you're at there in the D.C. area. So,
By the way, real quick, before you say that, Frank, Packer fan just used their Twitch Prime as well.
Did they?
Well,
I'm
thanks,
glad-
Packer fan.
I'm glad Janelle is here. I believe that's Janelle.
Janelle number 5?
Janelle number 5. Actually, it's not Janelle number 5. It's Janelle number 1.
Janelle number 1. And this is the Dan Deerdorf autographed lithograph from the Pro Football Hall of Fame that goes to
The highest Skybox score in the Super Draft Skybox and in the top 9 Skybox tonight.
when they're combined.
Look at Cam Akers, first and goal Rams.
With the 2 winners and
Right.
then 2 of the highest predictors in each box.
Awesome. They
Now,
all win the same thing? They all get
now
the
if
Dan
you're in
Deerdorf?
both boxes, you're disqualified completely.
So it's all Dan Deerdorf. They all get the Dan Deerdorf one?
Yes.
Got it.
And I have another prize here for a little later.
Oh.
But let's jump right into it. So you all know that we've been doing the Super Bowl TV draft, the big bowl, the big contest we're having. It all comes down to who did the best over the last 2 days. We had 5 games, 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday. And those of you that wanted to play entered the top 9 Skybox. And we have compiled all the answers. The top 5 players with the most total scores over the last 2 days are in.
The highest cumulative total.
Scores.
Right.
And we have them right here. And then the next 4 positions will be the best 4 predictors, who are the highest single predictors over those 2 days. Okay.
So that gives 9 people. Now, Frank, why 9? Why not 10? Even number. Why 9?
It's funny you should ask, Dave. That's because there's 9 of us here that play an active role on a daily basis with what happens at Super Squares TV. You, yourself, and myself, and Matt Burke and JB, John Blevins, are the 4 most visible players. But we have behind the scenes and occasionally pop in and out people that will be on stream shortly, introduce themselves more formally. So there's 9 of us.
Got it.
The 9 of us want to play with 9 of you, team up, 2-people teams, and we're going to play Super Squares over the next 3 days, over the next 3 weeks, 2
yep.
weekends. Yep. And the high score is going to win lots of prizes. And we're going to cut them down to 4 next weekend and then down to 2 for the following. And then in the Super Bowl, 2 teams will duke it out for $10,000 in cash and these beautiful trophies, which we're going to bring out.
Love it.
Okay. So what I want to do right now, over the next quarter and a half, we're going to announce the 9 winners, the 9 finalists. Now, we did send emails to 20 people. The top 10 people with the most points and the top 10 predictors. You're all not going to make it, but you needed to be here on stream for one reason. When we announce you, you've got 2 minutes to show up on stream and say you're here. If you're not here, you're not in. We go to the next person.
I need to get my stopwatch.
The drama. I love it.
I need my phone too. Hey, make it. Yeah, can you grab it? Thanks. Yeah. Now, look, I'm not going to be a stickler about the 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll put my stopwatch away.
But you can. We'll let it ride. And hopefully you're here. You were. Everybody was emailed and texted, and they all responded. They understand they need to be here. Thank you so much. So, Dave, let's start with the person with the highest score, aggregate score for the 2 days. None other than Packer Fan.
Packer Fan.
Packer Fan had the most points over the 5 games, 362.27 points.
Frank, that's an average of like 72 points per game.
Absolutely.
That's good.
72 points in any game this weekend. Oh my goodness.
I don't think any of us here had that many points.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Packer Fan, number 1 overall. I'm going to be wearing a green Packers jersey for the rest of the playoffs.
That's actually a fact.
That's all I'm saying. I'm going to be wearing a Packer jersey for the rest of the playoffs. So we're looking for Packer Fan to confirm now, right, Frank?
Yep.
Touchdown Odell Beckham, by the way.
Packer Fan's there?
Beckham just scored for you there, big guy. It looks like, did she just say something? I just saw Packer Fan 608. Is that you?
Yeah. Said, oh my goodness.
Awesome, Packer Fan.
All right. What's that?
You didn't get in the skybox.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Well,
She kind of rang in late, so it didn't make the list, but Packer Fan.
what skybox are you talking about? It doesn't matter. We're doing 2 skyboxes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to assume Packer Fan 608 is Janelle. Is that right? We're going to be sending you an invite to join us on stream at the half.
And Janelle gets the first overall pick.
She gets the first pick of the 9 of us.
Number 1 overall pick.
And really, like, just follow. Thanks for the prime. So isn't probably unless they lurked before, or probably safe to assume not very familiar with most of us personalities here.
Now she might make a mistake and maybe pick you as her partner.
Yeah.
Who would make that mistake?
But here's the thing, Janelle. Like I said, and everybody that's going to be named here and selected over the next hour and a half or so of this game, or until halftime, I'm going to give you some pros and cons of each player here in case you are new that you can pick. So please stay tuned for that.
All right. So that's number 1.
I love it.
1 down. Next up, you want to take this one?
Sure. Are we going to stay on the top total points?
That's right. The first 5 are from there.
Okay. So coming in with the second highest aggregate score at 360 points for the entire weekend, T as in Tom, G, lowercase, 8053. TG 8053.
Wow.
Kind of rhymes.
Yeah, it's Tim Gill from Annandale, Minnesota.
TG is here all the time, always playing marbles. That's usually when they do their most chatting.
Come on, TG.
And TG's been here for 2 years, because last year I always called him Tim, thinking that it was our Tim.
Right.
And then Tim had to tell me that's not me, like every stream for 6 weeks.
He was playing marbles yesterday.
That's right.
I saw him. So we're going to give Tim a couple minutes to check in and raise his hand. There he goes.
Hey, all right. There he is.
Same name on stream.
TG 8053.
Love it.
Congratulations. So that'll be the second. You have the second overall pick out of all 9 of us tonight in the draft. Wow.
Metal Mama asks, she's being curious now, and this is one of the reasons I told everybody, don't share the passcode, because I mean, Packer Fan, if you are new and you're new to the stream, we're glad you're here, and maybe you found out because somebody said just enter this code and figure it out. But being on the stream has its benefits. You're going to learn a lot about how to win Super Squares. We're going to talk to you tonight about Bigger Game 6. We've just boosted the prizes big time. We're going to talk about that later today. Lots of good stuff going on. But it's important for you to kind of stay tight, stay with us. And, sometimes you don't want to share these skybox codes, right?
Hey, Frank, do me a favor. Put a little check mark next to TG 8053 right there.
Right. And I'm going to put Packer Fans, because Packer Fans got a different screen name than on Twitch. How's the game going, John?
Game's great, dude. Stafford with his first touchdown throw to Odell, 7-0. The perfect score right now is C.
See?
And the LA defense has been balling, but I think just those playoff jitters. I think you're going to see a nice little drive here from the Cardinals.
Good.
My friend.
My friend. We're going to go to number 3 here, guys.
Let's do it.
From Fergus Falls. Guess what state?
Fergus Falls.
Minnesota.
Bing, 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 bing.
Very close to second place, 359 points, averaging 71.9.
Wow.
SDT1, Stuart T from Fergus Falls, Minnesota.
I know they're here because I wrote that name down. I'm getting in the wrong box. So I know SDT1 has got to be here.
Yep, and Stuart is here. There he is. That's me. Stuart's been here. I've seen Stuart lurking for many games, and Stuart was playing some marbles yesterday as well.
Awesome.
Congratulations, Stuart. You have the 3rd overall pick in the Super Squares
Wow.
TV Super Bowl draft. My friend.
The drama. Oh, the STDT1 was not. I must have seen you in chat then, huh, Stuart?
Good going, Stuart. By the way, the top predictor and the top total points for the contest, both females.
Amazing.
That's right. Because
You've been predicting that too.
women pay closer attention than men, I believe.
Ooh, I see a familiar name on the list.
I'm not going to argue with you there, Big Money.
Yep.
I see a familiar name on the list.
You want to take number 4?
Sure, I will do that. This is a familiar name on the list that we have seen a lot in the chat, in the fan with us for a long time. From Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I love to just say Fond du Lac.
I like the way you say that.
Sure,
Fond du Lac.
some special things for you.
Can you say that? Fond du
Sure,
Lac?
Fond du Lac.
I like the way you say that.
I knew you could. Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Rich Stadler. Screen name and real name, Rich Stadler. Rich, are you here?
There he is. Rich Rules. Go, Pack, go. He was ready. Rich Rules been here for 2 years. That's crazy.
2 from Wisconsin, 2 from Minnesota so far. Rich, just want to let you know, just like I told you now, I'm going to be wearing a Packer jersey for the next couple weeks. Wearing it for the next couple weeks.
This is fun. I wish we could do this all night, but there's
Seriously.
only 9.
That's 4 down. We're almost halfway there, Frank.
Now, should we announce, like, when we get to the 5th and final, we actually emailed 10 people, not knowing whether people would show up. Should we even announce who the other ones were as kind of like semifinalists, or should we not mention them?
I think maybe
What does Chad say?
I would say maybe like after we give everybody, then maybe we say like, well, they already know that they were. I mean, but we can let everybody else
Yeah, that's
know
my
who they
point.
were
That's
to
my
kind of say,
point.
hey,
Yeah.
congratulations, they were really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I say so. Give them some recognition, of course.
Yeah, some street cred, and also I think I think a lot of people will recognize the names, and I think that'll be cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'll take off the 5th and final qualifier with total points. Not from Wisconsin.
No.
Not from Minnesota.
No.
Not from Florida.
No.
Oh.
No.
I-
We'll let you know.
You can say that name incorrectly too, by the way.
Yeah, no, we're not going to even say
No,
it. Yeah,
no.
we'll just we'll let it go. So we've got one more person left out of the top total points. We'll leave them there right now. There's one more person. We'll leave that there. One more person. So we'll come
we
back.
gotta say their name.
No. Let's go down here and just start.
No, we
here.
can't. We can't start here until we get 5 from up here.
Oh,
Because the
really?
demos-
Okay, I
that's
understand
exactly.
that.
The
Okay.
highest 5
So do you want to go right here now then
I think we should go there.
and do that? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. This is the 5th and final person. Now, if this person is not there, we will go down the list to the next person,
The 6th
and the next person.
That's
and the next
correct.
person. Yeah.
That's right.
So finishing 5th overall with a grand total of 352 points, averaging 70.425666 points per game. Again, just amazing. The top 5, 2 points
I know.
separate them average per game. We saw him a lot last weekend when he thought that he had won something.
Yes, we did.
All day long, he thought he'd won something, and then didn't win something.
And he kind of got all sweaty, didn't
Dude, because someone busted in with 109, and he's like, dude. And then
He was sweating.
He's just like, no. He was all sweaty.
he? He really was.
I wonder if he still is all sweaty.
Chances are, I think he might still be all sweaty.
I wonder if all sweaty is here, because all sweaty is number 5. Sweaty, are you here?
Hopefully he's got the phone in his hand, or he's on the desktop, or
Come on, all sweaty.
all
Where is
sweaty. Tommy's here, his buddy.
Tommy's here, but that doesn't
Tommy,
count.
call your boy, Tommy.
No buddy prizes on this one. This
All
is
sweaty was here earlier.
Well, okay, why don't you start the clock on
All
that
right,
one,
I'll start.
Tommy?
Hold on, you got him?
There he is.
All sweaty.
There he is. Boom! I'm here. Let's go. Hashtag TV Bowl.
Where is it? I don't see it.
Right there. All sweaty.
All
749.
sweaty right there.
Oh, boom.
Dude.
I got you here.
Right there, yeah.
Wait,
Congrats, bro.
There you go, man. All sweaty. All sweaty. Made it. He's the 5th and final one with most points. There are 5 remaining that we texted. I'm going to tell you that one of these 5 actually is also potentially going to win on the predictor side. So one of the 5 that's not getting called for having the most points happens to be
One of the highest predictors.
one of the highest predictors. So you 5 that think you're out, one of you is going to be in.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So we're going to start with who had the highest predictor for the weekend.
The highest predictor for the weekend. So we want to go to right here, or do we
Yes.
want to name these 5 people first?
Nope, we don't want to
No?
know those 5 people.
Okay. The highest predictor for the entire weekend, as we said again, the highest cumulative score was a female. The highest predictor, the single game highest predictor was 44.8368. A perfect predictor is 48 points. 44.8368 from Everett, Washington. So we are going out to the left coast. Tweety!
No way. That's Veggie's wife.
Dude, Tweety!
Tweety, Teresa vegan?
Veggie on me.
It's veggie on me, right?
Is she here?
That's right.
Tweety!
Yay, Tweety. Let's go. Tweety's been playing forever.
That's hilarious. Well, you can tell with 44.83 points, she knows what she's doing, right?
Yeah, that's great stuff.
So she is 6th in the draft.
Tweety.
Tweety is 6th in the
Tweety.
draft. And we're going to move
Congrats.
on to the next second highest of the top 10 predictors. I'm proud to be the one to announce this person's name from Avon, Minnesota, Mr. Bison Thumper.
Dude, let's go, Bison.
Bison Thumper. And I know Bison Thumper's here because I saw Bison Thumper already comment earlier.
Can I just say something about Bison?
I love Bison.
Bison been here since what feels like day one. Playoffs.
Playoffs?
And made an ad. And shout out to Veggie as well, Tweety's husband, who also made one of those ads for us and a video for Super Squares we've used on stream. Very cool. Very cool. And Bison, congrats, bro.
Welcome on board, Bison. And Bison's name is Bison Thumper on stream as well.
Yes.
Good job. Next to you, sir.
I know you like bison, but do you like bison more than manatee?
No. Of the endangered species and formerly endangered species, manatee is still my favorite.
Got it.
But have you tried bison jerky?
I have.
Very good.
All right. Going back to who's going to be the 8th. Now, the 8th pick, not the last, but the 8th pick with the 3rd highest predictor at 44. All the winners had 44.
All four of them. Yep.
44.1876 is Biggie Steve. Biggie Steve from Randolph, Wisconsin.
My friend.
Biggie Steve, are you here, bro? Biggie Steve. You see the yak right there? That was yards after catch.
It was good yak.
That was like those 5.
Yak's pretty
five
good
times a
too.
yak
Not,
right there.
it's a little more gamey than Bison.
Biggie Steve. So Biggie Steve's got 2 minutes on the clock to show up and claim the 8th spot in the draft. That's going to be happening.
Biggie Steve is here.
Halftime.
Not
He
me.
says he's-
That's me. Not 9th though. Going to have to make a tough pick. Yes,
Gonna
you
have
are.
to make a
Biggie
tough
Steve.
pick.
Biggie Steve's going to be the one that gets to go you're last. And when there's one person going to be left standing, he's going to be the one that decides who the last person standing is going to be.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
And the ninth and final player who's been here since day one.
Not from Minnesota.
Nope. From the cultural mecca of the South, Meridianville, Alabama.
Bama?
From Bama. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Riddle me nerd is coming to bat.
Riddle Nerd, are you here?
Riddle Nerd, are you here?
You better be here this time.
Riddle Nerd modded for us like so many times.
All year he modded.
So
There he is.
There
Yeah,
he is. Riddle Nerd.
Dude, congrats, Riddle. That's cool, man.
Riddle Nerd is in, man.
Now, Riddle, you don't get a choice. You're going to get stuck with somebody. Whoever that last person is standing is going to be your partner. But hey, all it takes, I mean, as you just showed us, is.
And that's a great segue to the prize that I want to award.
Ooh.
I know somebody, who hasn't been on the playground as a kid playing kickball or, back in Dave's day, whatever you played back there.
Yeah.
Yep. And you're picked, I don't know if you ever picked ninth or not. Maybe not because you're kind of tall and lanky. But I know I was picked last once at a game, and it kind of sucks. Right? I'm not going to fit in, blah, 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 blah. So there's going to be a ninth person.
Yep.
And a ninth on our team, and they're going to get paired up, right?
Yep.
And for being ninth, I'm going to give you a special prize. So, Riddle Nerd, you've won this. This is a very valuable image from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. One of my favorite all-time football players. And my namesake, Frank Gifford.
Ah.
Frank Gifford.
Big Frank.
Speaking of Monday Night Football, right?
Very cool.
So we've got two, and these are signed by Frank Gifford. The Dan Beardoff and the Maddens that we give away are not signed. The images are signed, but not originally. This is an original signed Frank Gifford. And so whoever is picked ninth on our team is going to get one of these. And Riddle Nerd, you're going to get one of these for making it into the Super Squares TV Bowl.
That is awesome. Congrats, everybody.
Who you squaring up right over there? How'd you do?
Good question. I didn't hear the bump. Did you hear the squaring up?
Look, I'm not even paying attention. And look who just got a perfect square, my friend.
Oh, you did.
Oh, holla at a player.
I just got a partial, too.
Let me look at the leaderboard.
You got to do some reactions, my guy.
Well, yeah, because I'm in dead last place because I haven't done my reactions yet, but perfect square, my friend.
That's not bad. Now, don't waste all those perfect squares early, Dave.
I'm just getting warmed up, bro. Just getting warmed up. So, those of you that did get an email today that you were a finalist, thank you so much. Number one, for playing, for being part of the family and playing and making all this possible. We love you guys. Thanks for being loyal fans and players. Thank you for being here tonight in case you got chosen. And even though you didn't make it into the top 9, I think we should give some shout outs to some people that had some great games this weekend and barely missed on the outside.
Yeah, I'll start with somebody who actually got double dipped. Bison Thumper, Kyle Samuels was actually the 6th highest for total points and the 2nd highest for predictors. So he really turned it this week.
Yep.
Wow.
And hey, Bison, just so you know, man, hey, you're my boy, man. All right. All right. There we go. All right. So,
Dave, you can't suck up to everybody. It's just not genuine.
Oh, yes, he can.
Following Bison Thumper is someone that we all know and love as well. We're talking about bison jerky. We're talking about manatee jerky and steaks. How about some moose jerky?
Moose
The
man.
Moose Man.
Mark
Just missed it, Mark. Very, very close. 7th overall
came in 7th.
from Oakdale, Minnesota. Moose Man. Congratulations.
8th was from Roseville, Minnesota. We had Jill Rez. Jill.
Yep.
She came in 8th.
And then this is what's interesting is the person that came in 9th, screen name is Janelle.
Right.
The person that won overall, Packer fan, is Janelle, but like a real name.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. So Janelle from Elk Ridge, Utah.
Utes.
Finished 9th overall.
A lot of Utes in Utah.
Yeah, a lot of Utes. Did you say Ute?
Ute. So that was number 9. And then number 10,
It's near Utah.
I think it might be.
It's out. It's
Right
out.
outside.
It's
Right
out, it's
outside.
out west.
That's Colby, Utah man's pregnant wife. He's
it
here
right?
all the time. Yeah.
That's cool. And lastly, and it makes me sad to say this, but Pac-YO came in 10th. Valiant try. And the hardest thing about it is Pac-YO is one of those players that ended up having extra points. So, if had that, I mean, they actually had one of the highest scores until we had to take those extra points away. And I feel bad because I think there was an episode a couple weeks back where something happened and they missed out. And I feel really bad about it. But I want to give them kudos for doing so well. I mean, they came in 10th place with, they averaged 68. Becky averaged 68.2 points for the 5 games of the weekend. There were some tough games to do well at. So congrats to Pac-YO. Sorry didn't make it yet, but I think good things are going to come for Pac-Wyoming.
Yeah, Pac-Wyoming is great. Awesome stuff here. First goal, by the way, for the Rams. Stafford lighten it up, my friends.
It really is. It's going to be another blowout.
Big summer blowout.
Looks like it. I mean, look at how open Odell is. He's never that open.
Yeah, maybe someone should have covered him.
I mean, that's just rare for him these days.
John, I don't think that was Matthew Stafford's magic. You could have thrown that pass, John.
Now, I don't know. In this situation here with, the bright lights, yeah, I would have lasered that, bro.
See?
Coach would have put me in fourth quarter, would have gone to state.
Remember, the team that wins this game is traveling across the country to
Tampa Bay.
Super Squares HQ territory.
Touchdown.
Tutty.
Wow. Awesome stuff.
I'll tell you
Sony
what,
Michel.
Frank, anyone that picked up Sony Michel on their fantasy team, when Akers went down and used that free agent waiver to get him, probably rode him to a championship. They did. All right. So our top 4 predictors that are all in: Tweety, Bison Thumper, Biggie, Steve, and Riddle Nerd. And there were 6 more people that were just outside that still had awesome predictors. 43s, 42. One of them was a 41. So the 5th, just outside from Fort Gordon, Georgia. Fort Gordon, Georgia. I wonder if there are Jeff Gordon fans out there in Fort Gordon.
Could be, man.
Sue 17. Sue 17. Awesome. Fantastic predictor just outside the top 4.
That's Zach. Number 6, who I know is here, is Ski Man.
Yes.
74.
Ski Man.
From Vancouver, Washington. I got a feeling that's probably close to the border. What do you think?
It probably is.
Right?
Yeah, probably is.
And I wonder if Ski Man was here from, what's the radio station? KJR, outside of
Seattle.
Seattle.
Outside Seattle.
I wonder who else. I wonder if is that how Veggie found out about us? Or did Veggie find out about us before that? Do you know, John?
I don't. It's got to be Veggie.
Q Sparks says no. I think Q Sparks out there in the West Coast also, right? Yep.
Yeah, Q Spark's there.
Oh, they're in the bottom of Washington.
Bottom.
Okay. Yeah, Veggie found out from Beard. And Ski Man's not having a Bay Rum day, he said.
Not a Bay Rum day.
I feel bad.
Hey, Ski Man, you still did awesome, man. Fantastic showing.
Next up, you take the next one, my friend.
Okay. Next up, out of Minnesota, someone that we have seen on the stream quite a bit, someone's name who is very familiar to all of us, someone that's native probably to Minnesota and might be a quarterback, the native QB.
There you go.
Brian from Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Mupples.
Mupples. And then underneath that was Top Dog from Ramsey, Minnesota.
But spelled dog kind of like a University of Georgia dog.
Yo, dog.
DAWG, dog.
That's exactly right.
Word up.
And then speaking of dogs in Georgia.
Speaking of dogs in Georgia, here's another kind of double lister. We already talked about how Bison Thumper was on the double list. All Shweddy came in number 9 on the double list right there. Had a 42.3241 predictor in one of the games.
Wow.
And All Shweddy is already in our draft in the 5 slot.
He's in the 5 position. And then lastly, but not leastly, Benster 2001 from Oakdale, Minnesota, came in 10th. for the top 10 predictors. Yes, over the weekend.
So congratulations to all of you, whether you got in the top 9 or not. Fantastic weekend. Thank you for playing. I would suggest those of you that didn't make it, make some side bets and start your own skyboxes and bring people in.
It's a good idea.
So you can take advantage of that.
That's right. And for the rest of you, at halftime, we're going to draft. So what we're going to now do is I'm going to have Luigi or Tim send to the 9 of you a link for you to appear on the halftime. We're going to go 3 at a time. So Packer fan, TG8053 and SDT1, you'll appear first. You'll do your 3 drafts. Then you'll check out Rich Stadler, All Sweaty, and Tweety will come in second. And then lastly, Bison Thumper, Biggie Steve, and Riddle Nerd will come in third during the draft.
All right.
That's how we'll do it.
That sounds like a plan.
So I'm going to bug out and give this stuff to Tim.
All right, go ahead. You go ahead and do that. And what I'll do
You're
while
going to give your advice to people.
Yeah,
right?
I'll give you some advice for, again, for those of you, and I guess that was not a touchdown. They said that he was down. They just tried to run the ball in again and got stopped. So is it going to be 2nd and goal or 3rd and goal?
I think it's
Looks
third.
like 3rd and goal
Third
there. I mean, they're
goal.
probably going to run the QB sneak again there. Looks like I thought Steph got in. I'd run the same play again.
Do you want to send
We'll
the
see.
link to these
We'll see.
people?
Big 3rd down. And after this, whether they
It's 1, 2,
score a touchdown
3,
or whether
4,
they
5,
kick a field goal
and
or
1, 2, 3,
turn it
4.
over
We're
on
gonna pay
downs,
right
whatever they
now.
do, then what I'm going to do is let all of you that are drafting know, again, some of the
So-
pros, some of the cons about the 9 people that you'll be able to choose tonight as a partner, potential partner.
I don't use it too much. So I think
Stafford back. And Matthew Stafford got in that time. I think
That's a
he got in.
tutty.
I don't know, dude. No one has given a signal. Nobody has given a signal yet.
That
Dude,
totally.
he's
He looked like he got in at first.
It's 4th down. Matthew, was that 2 quarterback sneaks in a row?
Did you? Let's see if this works.
Yeah, but I think he got in. Let's see the replay here from the above.
Looked to me like he. No, dude, he got hit instantly.
No, you
Yeah, but look, he's not down.
you're
He's
gonna
in
start
right there.
listing all of them.
He's
and
laying
we'll
on
tell
top
them
of
when to show
bodies.
up on
He's
the phone.
crossed the goal line. That's
Yeah,
a
he's in by a foot.
That's a touchdown. Only because he's laying on top of people. No part of his body is on the ground. So that's a touchdown.
Where's the ball?
The ball is over the goal line. It's broken the plane. Yeah. Watch this shot, Terry, right here. You can see. He's got the ball. He gets hit right away. He's still up. He's still driving. He's on his back. That ball's over the goal line. Now, the camera is not exactly over the goal line, so they may review it and say, we'll see. But in my judgment, I think it's a touchdown. Yes, they did call it stop short. Lights are on. And the stream kind of locked up there for a second. So are we back? Are we good?
Hopefully.
Yeah, Mike, is your
Frank's
mic
mic
off,
is
Frank?
on.
Okay, I think Frank just turned his mic off.
It's off now, right?
Yep. I think so.
I think it goes back to me.
Okay. I love Fogarty. Frank. Mike. Okay. Hey, John, I'm gonna just give a little synopsis of each person, pros and cons. You can feel free if you want to kind of jump in if there's something that maybe you agree or disagree with or whatever.
Okay.
I think this will help people out, maybe that don't know everybody here. So Luigi is one of the 9 that you'll be able to choose from. And again, there's good things and bad things about choosing everybody. Luigi, letters from Luigi. Luigi's the one that awards the prizes. Last week, he put that in the chat. He said, everybody, I'm the guy that gives out the prizes. Okay, so that might be a good reason to choose him. But Luigi's also a guy that thinks football is a round ball that's got black and white spots all over it and gets kicked into a net. That's what he thinks football is. I'm just saying, it's a true story. I'm just letting everybody know the pros and cons.
All right. I'm gonna do 2 as well here. I might just follow you each time.
Okay, so that's my kind of synopsis of Luigi for everybody. John, you can go ahead.
All right, Luigi, pro. He's a pro at this game, and in my opinion, I rank him 3rd of 9 in skill of picking predictors. He's always there in the skybox. He kills it. He plays every game. Con, he's the prize guy, but that means nothing at all. And he's not going to cheat. Frank's not going to cheat. So that's the con, I think, is that he can't just write you a check for $2K for no reason.
Exactly. That's Luigi. That's Luigi summed up. Now, Uncle Terry, we call him Uncle Terry, who's here. He's another one of the people that you get to choose from. One of the good things about Terry, we've talked about it a lot. Terry is the person that writes the questions. Terry will most likely get every single question right because it counts for points because he writes the questions. Okay? But I think you may want to question Terry's judgment. He actually thinks that the 1970s was the best decade for music. Everybody knows it's clearly the 1980s. Terry thinks it's the 1970s. I'm just telling you, you might want to question his judgment.
Brutal.
All right, pro on Uncle Terry. He knows
Well, to be clear, there's going to be rebuttal time. This is sort of like on Survivor, right? When you're talking to the jury and you're pitching why, and the jury's going to ask you. The jury's going to come out. They're going to be able to speak for themselves.
Yeah, and I'm saying all kind of things. The pro of Uncle Terry is, he writes all those questions, man. He's going to get them all right. If there's a new commercial, I had to guess completely the other day on a new commercial because I forgot to replay the ad, and luckily I got it right. But Uncle Terry's not going to have to do that. So
look, so John's doing to Terry what he did to Matt Burke yesterday.
Dude, I'm always nice.
Like yesterday, well, Matt, you had better squares. We always say that took no luck. That took all luck, no skill. That's why you beat me, Matt, because you had better squares. That's like saying Terry knows the questions to the commercials. Terry used to write all the questions for all the football game questions back when you had to answer those.
I'm saying it's a pro. I'm complimenting him and saying why you might take him.
Yeah, but he also knows football, and that's.
I didn't say he doesn't.
So what's the con? What's the con for Terry?
The con is that Pittsburgh's out, and he might just be cranky and pick wrong on purpose.
I agree. There may be a lot of animosity there.
That's right. He's picking the Bills against the Chiefs.
So that's the revenge game.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Magic Megan. And I'll tell you what, on the positive side, just this last weekend, Megan finished first. Now, there's an element of luck to Super Squares. There's an element of predictors and knowing and answering questions. There's an element of luck getting squares. She got lucky twice in a row and finished in first place twice in the last couple of days.
Are you talking about marbles?
Marbles, yeah, marbles. Not in Super Squares, in marbles. In marbles, I make that clear. But, Frank, but outside of that, she's normally in either dead last place all the time or in the bottom 10. So here's how you have to look at it if you're going to draft Megan. She won twice, but even a broken clock is right twice a day. Right?
Wow, Megan. So if the broken clock were to get drafted before, I don't know, the Bears fan over here, what would that say?
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give everybody the pros and cons. If they're looking for someone to get lucky with the square, I mean, she did have a run of luck a couple days ago.
I think.
How many have you won, Dave?
I won the first or second race of the season, of this year, I should say, when we started this year. Like last week. It was like last week when we got
broken clock. A lot of love here.
Yeah. So, Jonathan, pros and cons on Megan.
Pro is that Megan's always there in the top 50 in the Skybox. She's always up there. Her predictors do pretty well. The Jaguars are out, so she can't pick them to win. She loves to give love to the underdogs, but there's not a lot of underdogs left in the playoffs. So it's not going to be a bad thing. There's not really a bad pick at any game coming up. Con, though, is marbles because Frank likes to make things interesting. And I don't know if anybody's read all the rules yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's some type of marbles combination at the end on the Super Bowl. And if Megan has to play, you guys stand no chance.
There you go. There you go. All right. The man sitting next to me, big money. Frank. Frank can be drafted as well. We call him Big Money. And he's down the bottom right there with a big dollar sign right there. Frank has more knowledge about this than anybody. I mean, he created the game and did the patents and statistics and patterns and trends and how things go and what numbers and this and that. So Frank is really deep into that more so than anybody else here. But as he sits next to me tonight and you've seen him come on stream, you've seen some of the just really horrible shirts that he wears. And I don't know. I have to question whether, when someone says, man, what did that guy lose a bet? Does someone have naked pictures? So I don't know who's pulling the strings and makes Frank wear those shirts, but I think there may be somebody, don't know who or where or how, that might control something because of the wardrobe choices. I'm just saying. So you might want to factor that into your pick.
Good advice there, Dave.
All right, I'm gonna copy a little bit of Dave there because Frank knows this game inside and out. He's an expert. He's good with numbers. That helps him in your predictors and especially your yards and stuff. I think he's going to do very well in predictors. The con is that Frank's one of the busiest men that I've ever met. He's got like 8 phones, and sometimes he forgets to even check in. So he better be on his game if you draft him, because don't be surprised if NFC Championship game all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I forgot to check in.
It's true.
All right.
That's true.
Okay, Jonathan, I'm going to move on to you next.
Bring it, baby.
And
I can't wait for you to say nice things about me.
well, John, I'm going to say nice things about you because, you've been here, even though we did like every game together last year, on the Sundays now, like you're doing early games and stuff and everything, probably because you're just, I'm not going to talk about the Lions. It'd be too easy for me to go down the Lion road. But I'm going to say you've done like every single game. You're really deep invested into this. We had a head-to-head competition for those of you that are watching over the final 10 weeks of the season, and we didn't even get to week 10. Jonathan beat me 6-2 head-to-head. But, Frank, there's always a but.
There's a big
but.
There's a big but here.
But over the course of a whole season, when we had that contest, him and I, you can only pick one game a week out of a certain time slots. It's kind of controlled. So looking at a whole season of work, like the fantasy football league that Skeeter started.
That's a good example.
Yeah,
Dave.
exactly. Yeah, the whole
Takes time,
season.
multiple weeks
Involving
a draft.
choosing the right players, riding them to championships,
Yes,
knowing
yeah.
who to get rid of, who to keep, stuff like that. I finished the season with 114.24 more points than Jonathan on the season and rode that to a championship. Jonathan finished in third, which was respectable.
That's good.
But the person he did play for third place didn't put a lineup in, so he won by default. But still, though, worst case scenario was he was top 4.
That's not bad. That's very complimentary, Dave.
Thanks, bud. Okay, pro for picking me is that I put a lot of thought in this game. I love it, and I've done well. And my numbers speak for themselves. Con for picking me, I'm riding Stafford to the Super Bowl, baby.
That's exactly right. I think you'll make a much better teammate once the Bucs beat them.
There you go.
Well, he's not looking too bad so far today, 14-0. And here, let's see, but still early. There's a lot of ball game left, Frank.
There is.
And that leaves there's about 10 minutes left for me and Jonathan to talk about you, Dave.
No. There's still more people to go.
Oh, is there?
Oh, there's more people. Yeah.
I-
Snarky boy, Snarky, as you see on the little scroll, that's Brandon. And he's
Let's
around the
go,
corner.
Brandon.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon. You know what, Frank? I kept trying to think of something positive. I gotta come up with something positive for Brandon, and you just hit on it. You're gonna get to create your own team name when you get a partner, right?
That's correct.
You can name your team "Let's Go Brandon" if he is your partner. That is just beautiful. So that is the pro of picking Brandon. You can have your team name "Let's Go Brandon." Now,
Well, there's also another reason why you might want Brandon on your team, because it helps avoid having merch show up in the merch store that may be less favorable than you'd like about being on the street.
like pink tank tops,
Yeah,
fanny packs.
Like making merch that pretends that your least favorite player in the NFL is your most favorite player in the NFL.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
He can make your life miserable if he's not on your team.
So that's a pro, maybe to think of with Brandon, but I'm not making this up. This is an honest to God true story. Okay? Brandon and his buddy, who we've all met and all hung out with the Super Bowls, Rico, right? Rico? Brandon and his buddy Rico
Oh, don't go there.
every year have a party on the Super Bowl Okay. With the express purpose of not watching the Super Bowl because they don't like and don't care about football. That is an honest to God true story. He can come out here and deny it all he wants to. That is the truth. And Jonathan, you probably know that's true too from being here last year.
That's funny. That's all I'll say. That's funny.
All right.
Pro are picking Brandon. Okay. Pro are picking Brandon. Brandon is a very competitive guy, and so he is going to take this very seriously. And he's going to do his research, and he's going to do just fine. The con is he's going to have no sleep for 3 weeks because he's got a lot of research to do.
Yes, this is true. Season's worth of research to go through.
He's got more than research. He has, is it 4 or 3, Brandon? I lost track. Is it 4 or 3?
I think he's got 5 kids.
5 or 6 kids now.
I think it's 4, right?
All under 5.
Is it 5?
It's like 5 girls under 7.
4 girls under 6.
Oh, man.
So beyond the research, beyond creating incredible merch, beyond helping with the website and the animation, beyond all that, he's got 4 girls under 6. Are you including your wife in that?
So you may get this from Brandon. Hey, kids, which helmet's prettier? Daddy, I like that one. All right, here you go. It could happen. It might happen. All right, Tim G. I do once in a blue moon, like in fantasy. I'll be like, just pick a player, guys. So Tim G, I don't know if anyone has really ever kind of like seen on screen or anything. He's always behind the scenes, and he's the one that's coming here and setting up the computer and making sure the cameras work and putting all those blaring sound effects in that we hear all the time and stuff and everything. So, when you look behind us on these boards right here, Tim G is the one that does these. He goes in, albeit at the last minute, very last possible second a lot of the time, just kind of on a whim. He fills these out, but many times you've watched and you're like, dang, look at Tim G. And he's, got great scores and does well sometimes. But Frank, this is the same man that took 14 weeks to come up with Landon. 14 weeks we waited for the opening to Landon's laughs. So what kind of attention will you get as a partner for him? I don't know. Just saying. Boy.
People are asking for the link. They want to know where the email will be from.
So Tim G of Tim G 14-week fame will be waiting less than 14 weeks to send each and every one of the 9 of you via email to your email address associated with your account. It's supposed to be your email. This is where Letters of Luigi writes with your link to tune in at the halftime. Tim, have you sent all those out yet? Check your spam filter too, because it's not coming from Super Squares. It's coming from StreamYard. It's coming from T. Gasquez. He's sending it from his Gmail account. So check your spam. I can create a quicker code if it helps. They're all out. I know that. But if you don't get it, I can give it to you on stream, but we just don't want everybody using it, right?
All right. Skeeter, thanks for the prime.
Hey, Skeeter, awesome. Thank you, bro.
Hey, Skeet.
Yeah, 7 months.
So Tim G, here's the pro about Tim G. Ready? Tim G is full of surprises. I mean, full of them. Conversationally, things he knows, like things he's an expert on. Like you're just having a conversation and you're like, oh my gosh, you have a huge passion about this. And you talk to him about it forever. And one of those things is he loves football. He loves sports. He watches it all the time. He texts our group all the time. He's watching like me. I'm like, man, we're psychos. I'm sitting there. I watch every game all year and I'm sitting there on a Saturday watching an obscure NCAA football game. I'm like, no one else is watching this. And there's Tim all in, not just watching, rooting. Full of surprises. Unbelievable. If I need a ride at 3 a.m. in Clearwater, I'm calling Tim G. Con. All right. The con is he might be up at 3 a.m. in Clearwater, and he might be a little tired for those predictors. Okay, that's all.
Hey, did you see this last play, John?
He did catch it.
It looked like a clear catch to me, and then he just got drilled and fumbled.
It's going to be hard to call that a catch.
They're all still talking. They haven't ruled it complete or incomplete.
He has it. He has it.
And then he got hammered. I think it was complete, and he got hammered.
A fumble not out of bounds either. If he completes it, that's
but I think it'll be complete there instead of at the 2-yard line. He'll have it there, backed up a yard.
I don't. I'm going to say
his helmet too.
I'm going to say not enough evidence to overturn that they called it incomplete.
but they didn't call it either way, I don't think, John.
Oh,
They
they're
have
still
not
talking
moved.
about it?
Yeah, they're talking about it.
That
No
was-
one has said incomplete or complete yet.
That was,
Nobody.
that was
wow.
Helen Tillman.
Let's see. I say no catch.
So Q Sparks asked a question. So beyond the Super Squares TV Bowl, which we're doing now, it's kind of a side thing just for the stream. Bigger Game 6 is in full swing. Everybody that wins their game group over this weekend, next, and the following, all has a ticket. And this is what's changed since yesterday. We've now expanded the prize pool for Bigger Game 6. Everybody that wins a game group over the next 3 weekends will get a ticket to a skybox that we will automatically put you in during the Super Bowl. And the winner of that skybox will win home free for a year. Okay? That is in addition to whoever wins Bigger Game 6 also wins home free for a year and their buddy. Now, the skybox is no matching prizes, but the winner of Bigger Game 6 and their buddy also wins home free for a year, up to $56,000.
Now, when Frank says home free, again, if you're new and you weren't paying attention, that's what you're supposed to pay attention. Home free means we're going to pay your mortgage this entire year.
For
You
a
will
year,
be home
for
free.
the time you win.
For a year, we'll pay your mortgage up to $56,000.
Or your rent. Right?
They just called that a catch and a fumble.
So, but what's so very interesting about this new wrinkle is, if you're in the Super Squares TV skybox with 600 or 700 other people, and you happen to win that skybox, you may also win the Bigger Game 6 just as an ordinary player, in which case you will win home free for 2 years.
Wow.
To $112,000, depending on how big a house you got.
And if you don't have a big house, you need a mortgage company that can close really quick. Watch the commercials for guaranteed rate. Go out and get yourself a home.
Shameless plug.
All right, Frank, you know what?
And there's one more prize.
There's one more, but wait, there's more.
But there is more. Do you remember how much fun we had during the Valpak VIP days where we would call somebody at halftime? At Q Spark. Where's Q Spark? He remembers that feeling, kind of.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Right?
we love you, Q Spark.
There's another chance for Q Spark. If you have a perfect square during the halftime of the Super Bowl, during Bigger Game 6, we will be calling somebody and asking you 2 questions. Who is our halftime sponsor? And a question about their ad inside of Super Squares. And if you get it right, you win home free for a year.
It's a lot of homes and a lot of free.
A lot of free homes. Now, I'm hoping that there will be a halftime show here at Super Squares TV. Not here, but with a live remote from a musical group that you may be very familiar with. We're still searching for that band, but we want to compete with the thing that's on television during the halftime because we think we're going to have a better halftime show besides giving away home free. If you tune in, we're hoping to have a real band or two to play some songs during a halftime show.
Kajagoogoo?
No,
No?
no, not Oingo Boingo.
No? Okay.
no,
Dramarama?
no drama.
No? Okay, just trying.
In fact, we are looking. So if you have a connection to a recognized, nationally acclaimed rock and roll or country band, even an emo band, if we have to,
Sure.
like Boy George might make JB happy. That's emo, isn't it?
I think so.
No.
Psychedelic Furs, is that emo?
The ghost in you, she won't fade.
We should have the Bayram band show up.
The Bayram guys. Have a
would be good.
Bayram day.
I guess we could do Jimmy Buffett. What if Jimmy Buffett showed up? We'd be okay with that?
Yeah,
That'd
whatever.
be sick. Kenny Chesney.
Chesney? All right. All right. Well, we're looking for some talent, but we're hoping to have a good show and give somebody home free for a year.
That'd be cool.
So that's up to 4 winners of home free for a year.
One from the skybox, one at halftime, one that wins it overall and possibly has a buddy.
Exactly. That's 4.
Man,
Yeah.
love it.
So the bigger game just got bigger.
It did. It got big. Speaking of big, Frank, that takes me to the last person I want to talk about that you can choose. Matt Burke. He's a large man. Matty B.
Incomplete pass, by the way.
That's fake news.
Third down.
It was a complete pass and a fumble. So Matty B, you see him in the game groups. Matt B, the commish, right? Matt Burke, Super Bowl champion. Matt Burke, NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame nominee this year. Matt Burke is one of the people that you can draft as well. Now I'm gonna tell you, there is no substitute for NFL experience. There's not. I mean, I don't care how many numbers we crunch this, that. Matt Burke was on the field and played it for years and won a Super Bowl. Matt Burke knows things and sees things that we don't know and we can't see, even if we knew to look for them. Okay, I mean, like seriously.
So, would it be fair to say that of all of the 9 you could choose from, there's only one person you could choose from that actually played in and won a Super Bowl?
That'd be Matt
during the bigger Game 6.
Correct.
During the Super Bowl, you could be teamed with a person that was playing and winning that very game.
Exactly.
That's quite impressive.
Speaking of winning games, what else is impressive is just yesterday, fam, Jonathan Blevins on international social media threw the gauntlet down to Matt Burke.
He did.
Okay. Challenged him. Matt Burke answered the challenge, picked the wrong team to win, and still beat Jonathan head-to-head, and is probably going to wind up at Burnt Steakhouse having a nice dinner in a month.
That's right.
Yeah,
Like
that Matt Burke. Okay, but Matt Burke is the only person you can choose that's taller than me, weighs more than me. He's probably stronger than me. He's faster than me.
Probably.
Yeah, he's probably faster than me.
No, stronger.
He's stronger too. Matt, hey, I'm wearing purple. You see that? But purple.
Pick six! He threw it up. It's a pick six instead of a safety.
That's crazy.
What just happened? That was insane.
Wow. I think Dak Prescott just feels better now
He's going to.
because he no longer had the stupidest play of the playoffs. That was the stupidest play of the playoffs. How? Wow.
You risked giving them 2.
That's the game. That's the game. Didn't give up 2, gave up 7.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Dude, he threw it like a grenade from John Wayne movie.
Hey, the soldier.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Wow. They got a lot of coming back to do. So as I finished talking about Matt Burke,
Yes.
yeah, like I said, I mean, Matt has all those pros, and like I said, he's the one person out of the 9 that's taller than me.
Yeah.
Weighs more than I do, is stronger than me, quite possibly faster than me. He's a fantastic guy. I did wear purple tonight. I wore purple,
As an homage.
Yeah, it's homage. Yeah, the Vikings, Ravens. Good luck, Matt. Love you.
Where's the butt?
There's
There's no butt.
he's taller than me. He's bigger, stronger, faster.
We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
Yeah, he's the commissioner.
He's a dude. But he's not as good as Jonathan. If you ask Jonathan, Jonathan.
No, I'm gonna crap on him.
Jonathan's
All right, Jonathan. Pros and cons on Matt Burke.
The pros is that, like you said, everything about his knowledge of football. I could ask him football questions all day. I love it, especially since he's an old lineman. You don't hear a lot of interviewed. So I love talking the game with him, and that's where the games are won and lost, in the trenches. So he's great. I think you obviously can't go wrong picking Burke. He's an unbelievable guy. I love the guy. In fact, it was Matt Burke who introduced me to Frank, and is the reason I'm here. So
And you still talk to him.
That's right. So love Matt and top 3 pick for sure. Probably number 1. Great guy. Awesome. The con is that the Ravens and the Vikings aren't in the playoffs. And he has done, I will say, he seems to be playing even more Super Squares this year. I think he's played a lot of these games in the last few weeks, and he's posting a lot of his scores, and he's doing well. So it's good. But man, I'm OG in this game. Every game, 2 straight years, baby. And his 2 teams aren't in? Berkey ain't it.
I don't think that's a negative. I think that's a positive. You're not going to be swayed by passions like you, this Matthew Stafford gentleman.
Hey, it's working. What did Dave pick for passing today?
Oh, I don't know. Hold on.
Kyler Murray, who has -1 yard.
Hold
That's
on.
good.
I gotta look.
Are you guys dealing with a -1 yard issue, or has that been fixed? Hey, Terry. Terry. Man, we've never had negative yards this long, except for the Giants. You got negative yards still?
I got a partial right now.
4 isn't that 4? It said -1 here.
I got a partial.
Their team rushing is 6. They're -2 passing, so they're at total of 4.
So it says here that Packer fan has not gotten the email from Tim yet.
Uh-oh. Well, I can't read Packer fans' email out loud.
No,
to
you can't.
Test it. We can't do that.
Can
So
we send her a message on Twitch and ask her if that's the correct email?
Janelle, I am going to text you from my phone right now with the link. All right. Hey, try to send it to Janelle one more time. I'm going to send her via text.
who was it that said? Someone just said Kyler Murray. I had to go back here. Is not an NFL quarterback. I'll tell you what. I wanted to see him play baseball. I really want. It was Lord Goofa. I wanted to see him play baseball. I'm not saying he's not an NFL quarterback. He's not the kind of style of quarterback I like, to see in the NFL. He is exciting, but I want to see him play baseball.
I love Kyler. He's struggling tonight, but his O-line is not helping him out.
Oh my goodness!
And then he caught it.
Caught it! Oh my goodness! I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that.
Those 3 catches.
Watch this.
Caught by 2 players 3 times. 1, 2.
Oops. Oops. Gets it back. That's hysterical. How about that?
Wildcat. Oh, look at that. Faked him out.
Oh, what a move. That guy's jock is still on the field. What a move. Chase Edmonds. Did you see it?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oops. Caught it. Give me that ball back. That's great.
Yeah, that's incredible stuff.
So, John, I got a question.
Yo,
Assuming that we get all these people in here and, Janelle's a Packer fan first, then we have a couple people from Minnesota after that. I mean, who do you think is going to go first overall?
I'm going to go with I don't know how I don't pick Burke first here, only because I haven't seen Packer fan a ton in the chat. Doesn't mean they're not lurking, doesn't mean they're not here every week. And so I don't know how you don't pick a Super Bowl champ if you're not here and don't know everybody all the time. Could be wrong, could be a lurker. And then 2 from Minnesota. So I'm gonna stick with my original 3, and I'm gonna say it goes Burke, me, Luigi.
All right.
Or you're right there.
Oh,
no, it's picked. Is that Donald? No, it wasn't Donald.
That was Connor. It hit Connor, I think, right in the hands.
Cortland caught it, right? Copeland
Yeah.
caught
They
it?
just hit the guy in the head.
That's not Murray's fault, man.
Not at all.
Everybody dropped back. The screen was set up perfectly. He threw right to the dude and it bounced right off his hands. Man.
Could be 28-0.
It might be. Look at this. It's like, oh, man, we set this up perfect. I lobbed the ball to him so he can take off to the side, and it hits
He
him
should've
right in the
caught
hands. Oh,
Connor should have caught that.
Oh, 100%.
yep.
And by the way, I love James Conner. He's a Pittsburgh guy.
Man.
They were rejoicing when he was healthy enough to play this game. Yikes.
He's not having a Bay Rum day.
Not a Bayram day.
Oh, I was offsides.
Hey, rather throw it out of bounds like that then force something stupid and throw an interception.
Okay, Janelle has her link.
Look at that text.
Yeah, I know.
I told her a week ago.
You know, one of the things I learned from watching that documentary film, The Landing, was, you know, it painted a dystopian future for the United States of America. Remember, this was Apollo 14 back in the late 60s. Everybody, you remember Apollo 14, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, they were out in space and they said, look, I'm going to unfold for you a dystopian future. It's going to be a future where people will have no chicken to eat, yet there'll be lots of fake chicken on TV. You'll be taking medicine that's not helping you, and you'll be fed a steady stream of propaganda, but you'll have super squares to save the world. And this was, you know, from the movie The Landing, right? I mean, probably the go-to film in today's college courses for accurate portrayal of history. So, you know, I see what's going on around us, and I just can't think how prescient that story was. You know, I recommend The Landing. Highly recommend it.
There's a quiz up here right now that says, when does John get drafted? 1 through 3 or 4 through 9? And I'm trying to bet, but I can't figure out how to do it again. It says predict. Maybe I'll click on that. There it is.
You can bet channel points.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet channel points. 1 through
All
3
of
or
my-
4 through 9.
Why would you bet on that?
Let me go there.
We know Megan's going to go first, right? Megan's going to go first. Janelle, girl power. We know that it's got to be that way. You know, to have the Super Squares TV Bowl 1 just shows you how all-encompassing this game is. So Megan's won, probably.
Did we do Dave yet?
We have not. We're saving that for Burke. We can do Dave. We got some time. By the way, Matt I don't know if you know, he's speaking with, honestly, he's at an event tonight with Tim Tebow, making a speech, and he says he's running late because Tim was long-winded.
Dude, he should get him an autograph for Skeeter. Skeeter loves Tebow.
You should tell him, listen, man, dude, why haven't you responded to my boy? He's been pinging you on Twitter to come on and join us for a show.
I would love to. He's from Jacksonville. I know. Yeah.
Hell, we gave away a Tim Tebow jersey this year.
I know.
I'm still trying to work on it.
4th down right there. That's right. The Cardinals just stopped you. That's right.
It's got some little hookups in the Eagles where we can get Minshew on here.
That'd be good.
I would love
The
that.
Eagles. So, Jonathan, what are your thoughts on the pros and cons of Big 80s Dave?
So the pros and cons of 80s Dave. The pros are that Dave has done a very good job in these last 2 years. After admitting that he hasn't watched football in a long time, he studies hard and he puts a lot. He puts more evidence in that he studies every game more than anyone else. I'm not saying he does study it more, but he shows more evidence that he studies every game the most. And so pros there. Cons are that sometimes when he misses big. Like tonight, picking Kyler Murray to have the most passing yards, who has a total of 7.
But you know why I did that?
Because you want to go 9th so you can get the Frank Gifford poster?
No, to completely troll Jonathan and Matthew Stafford.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You're going to be trolling Stafford all the way to the Super Bowl, and you're going to lose for your teammate.
We'll see, my friend. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the commission's here. Matt Burke, how are you, sir?
I think it was a dig on me when Beard was saying how much Dave studies football.
No.
I think he was implying that I don't.
Nope. You should have heard the nice things I said about you earlier.
Really?
I'm serious. I've said nice things about everybody, haven't I, Frank? Frank tries to write this narrative.
Ron was nicer about me than you, so.
He was more complimentary about Megan than he was you, Matt.
That's
That
fine.
is not true.
That's fine. You know what? When we're at Burns Steakhouse, living large, I'll remember that.
I just want you to know the one nice thing I said. I said multiple. I'll let you know the thing I want you to hear.
One
the
nice
most.
thing I said about you is
No.
that your name is easy to spell.
I said that you're an expert in the game, obviously, as you played it, and that I think you played in one of the most important positions in the trenches. And I said I could ask you questions about football
never
all
said
day
that.
long.
Dude, John, you
Never
don't
said
lie
that.
to Matt. You never
Hey,
said
Tim,
that,
hey,
dude.
replay the loop about.
Can we go back to what John
Chad,
said?
did I say that? Yes or no? Be honest.
Did you say you play the most important position?
I said the O line and the trenches are the most important
I
position,
don't remember that.
and then
Did
I
you do that
said
right?
nobody talks to him and interviews him,
I don't know if I heard that.
and so I
didn't
could
either.
ask him questions all day. Watch the chat. Metal Mama says, "I back Beard." Thank you.
If he did say that, I didn't hear it.
Nick
I'm not
Riddleman
certain.
says no.
I'm not
Yeah,
certain.
Riddler's the biggest troll in the world.
Guys, I'm sure he said it. And here's the thing. What position can you say, oh, you know what? We really don't need to have a good outside linebacker, fullback. To say, oh, it's one of the most important positions. I mean, that's like saying, that's like saying, well, all of all the Beatles, you know, Ringo was one of them. I mean, there's no, it's not a compliment. Every position's important. If you put a mannequin out there at any position, your team's going to get crushed. So it's really not a compliment. It's really it's really a dig if that's the best thing that he could say about me.
I think saying that I could talk to you about football all day is a compliment, and the whole chat's backing me up. Thank you, chat.
It's cool. It's cool. What I just got home. It looks like the Rams are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
All around.
Cardinals are doing really bad, is what it is.
I think the Rams defense is playing lights out.
The Rams defense is playing well, but the interceptions, I mean, the one from Kyler Murray was just stupidity, but the last one was not his fault. And I mean, it's just, yeah, I think it's a good combination mix of the Cardinals playing very bad and the Rams doing what they need to do to stay forward down the field.
I think the Cardinals are who we thought they were.
They are who we thought they were.
Not the best Monday Night Football game so far this year.
Just remember, the Rams are up 17-0 last week at the half, says Ski Man, before they lost to the Niners.
Hey, Burke, I know you weren't with us and you just got back from that event. Two things for you. The first one is the first overall pick in our draft is Packer fan from Wisconsin. So it's not someone from Minnesota. It is a female from Wisconsin. The next two are Minnesota fans. So that's something for you to think about. Also, you were at an event with Tim Tebow tonight? Is that true?
I was.
Yeah, okay. Did you say to him, like, hey,
Yeah.
Tim, boy, hey, my boy, 80s Dave, has been, like, pinging you on Twitter and, like, asking you to come on the show and join us for a segment and come on and talk some football, and you've never responded to him. Did you give him a little bit of that?
No, I didn't have to say that to him. He sought me out from across the room, 750 people. It's like, Matt, I got to talk to you about this 80s Dave guy. He said, where do I deliver the restraining order? Hey, just real quick, I know we were talking about football and other stuff. Tim Tebow was awesome.
Yep.
Tim Tebow was
Love him.
he was just I knew it'd be good. Like, I knew he'd be great. He was awesome. Tim
Any
Tebow.
truth to the rumor, Berkey, that he's going to be the starting quarterback for the Lions next year?
I haven't heard that. Are you starting that rumor right now?
I'm trying to, man.
Yeah?
I'm leading that train, baby. Tebow to Detroit.
They did show, the infamous Tebow play when he hit Demaryius Thomas on that slant route in the playoffs, and that was it was so good to watch, just because I remember watching that game, and I was playing for the Ravens, and it's always fantastic when the Steelers lose.
Terry, did you hear that?
Terry,
That's probably the most. That play to Demaryius is probably the most I ever celebrated for a team I wasn't like into. Like, I liked Tebow, I liked the story, and I remember watching that game, and it was just a crazy play.
Well, and that was, if you remember, that was at the height of Tebow mania. Like, it was.
Yeah.
We look back and say, oh, Tim Tebow was kind of this in the NFL sort of a flash in the pan, and no, at that point it was like, oh my gosh, like, is Tim Tebow going to be like, is he going to win Super Bowls? I mean, it was the most the Tebowing, when he went down on the knee.
Yeah,
it was like sweeping the nation. What if Beard? You're more in the metaverse than any of us. If Tebow mania hit now, when social media is as pervasive as it is, I mean, that thing would have probably broke TikTok, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, just the Tebow celebration alone would everybody would have been posting videos of themselves doing it. Remember the plank challenge when everybody was planking on everything and just laying down and taking pictures and posting it, like planking on a submarine. Planking, you don't remember that?
I didn't partake in that.
Dude, I didn't partake either, but I remember it was crazy. Same kind of thing would happen. That everybody would make themselves like doing the Tebow dance on the top of the Sears Tower, doing it at their stadium, doing it at their high school football game. It would have been, and that all would have been recorded and posted. It would have been cool.
Hey, Q Spark has I think it was Q Spark had a question was it Q Spark? Let me look back here. No, it was Riddle Nerd. Matt Burke, and maybe he's just starting the rumor here. Interest in maybe head coach for the Chicago Bears, my friend.
No.
There you go, Riddle.
No. That's like in you remember the movie Major League?
Yes.
Says, hey Lou, how'd you like to coach the Indians this year? I don't know. I got a guy on the other line about some white walls. I'll have to call you back. You guys obviously don't remember that.
Yeah, I do. And in fact, the color commentator from Major League, again, great movie from the 1980s. Monty, remember Monty that was up in the booth with Bob Uecker?
Yep.
He bought my house in Chicago when I moved down here.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm like, when I get to the closing for the house and everything, I'm like, oh my gosh. Skip Griparis, it was his name, or is his name. Bought my house in Chicago when I moved down here.
Remember in the movie when Bob was doing the thing, he goes, you got anything to add? And Monty goes, nope. They don't call him the best color man in baseball for nothing.
Hey, speaking of baseball and interviews and commentators and all that stuff, on kind of a sad note, I don't know if you remember, Jonathan, we were just talking Saturday. I think it was Saturday's show. We were talking about you calling into a Chicago radio station stuff, and I told some stories about how I did and asked you about Les Grobstein.
Yes.
Okay, Les passed away yesterday.
I saw that dude.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and I started getting texts, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So Les Grobstein was for 50 years on the radio in Chicago. I mean, I grew up as a kid listening to him. And then when I became a professional sportscaster and I heard his voice the first time in the same room with me, I'm like, oh my gosh, and you just get chills because you grew up as a kid listening to him. But he got on tape one of the most iconic, and Burke, if you've never heard this, we can't play this on the show right now, but you should Google it and listen to it. Lee Elia was the manager. You ever heard the Lee Elia tirade? Have either one of you heard it before?
No.
Okay. He was the manager of the Chicago Cubs in 1983, and they had started the season like 5-14 or something like that. And Les was doing radio and had his tape recorder there, and Lee Elia went off the rails. It's about a 4-minute rant that you can't play on the stream here because there's a lot of bad words in it. But it made him famous. It went like everywhere. And it was just raw audio from Lee Elia just ripping Cubs fans and people that are out there when 85% of people are working during the day. And these people come out to a day ball game because they don't work and this and that. And it became famous. If you Google in Les Grobstein or Lee Elia rant or Lee Elia tirade, you should listen to it. And Les, that was just one of the things that he did, but passed away yesterday. I mean, just a fantastic human being, very, very unusual, eclectic, funny, kind, generous guy. We called him the Almanac because you could just ask him about any sporting event in like Chicago history, and he would be able to recall the game, be able to tell you what happened in that game, kind of like the Rain Man. It was unbelievable. But yeah, Les passed away yesterday. But if you have a chance, go to Lee Elia rant or Lee Elia tirade and listen to it. Not on stream.
Okay, have you heard? So I will. And have you heard that Jerry Burns? Remember Jerry Burns was the head coach of the Vikings in the 80s?
Yeah.
Have you heard that rant?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I've not.
I think here's what we need to do. Stream needs to listen to the Lee Elia rant and then the Jerry Burns rant. And I'm going to say there's no way the Lee Elia rant is better than Jerry Burns, because Burns, it's all time. It's just because the same thing with this Lee Elia. I haven't heard it, but it's because it happened in the 80s, and it wasn't like you just saw clips of. If it didn't happen on your team, it never really happened. So Lee Elia versus Jerry Burns rant, and see which one's better.
Well, the Lee, you can go and you can search it. Maybe we'll do this after halftime because we're coming up to halftime here, right? Yeah. There is a beeped out version. So we can listen to a beeped out version, but about a quarter of the speech is beep. But I'd love to listen to both of them.
Same thing with Burnsy. I mean, you can't. Jerry Burns he's just one of those guys. There's no way he could coach today because he was such a character, and he looks like, he woke up on a park bench. It was just awesome. It was just, if you haven't heard it, you got to hear it. You got to hear it.
Frank, you have a glass of wine for the draft?
I am, yes, of course.
Really?
Well, a good little red wine.
All right, here's what I'm going to
do. You go get a glass. I'm going to let Megan introduce herself.
Yeah.
Tim and Luigi and Terry. And Megan's coming first because why don't you give her your mic?
All right, I'm grabbing a LaCroix real quick.
turn the mic off. Give it to Megan. Frank's mic on now. No, your mic is not on, Frank. Hold on.
Of course it's on.
Is it? No, it's on. So, do you want me to give Megan my mic, or just leave my mic up there so whoever gets it can just clip it on?
Megan your mic. Come on.
Or to talk into Frank's chest?
Real quick, we got to get through this. 30 seconds, 30, 45 seconds.
Here you go.
Introduce yourselves.
Grab that really
Say
quick.
hello.
Everyone's going to run out there and introduce themselves.
Hold on. Don't go out. I gotta change.
This is live, Mish. It's all live.
It's good. It's good.
Should I have some wine, or should I
unscripted.
have some of this wine, or should I have some beer? Beer. That's right. Beer is more base or football. There we go.
Come on, Meg. Let's do it. Meg, why don't you tell everybody about your love of football and Super Squares?
Well, as depressing as it is, I've been a Jaguars fan since they have even been a team in Jacksonville back in the mid-90s.
It's a true story.
And I've been here Super Squares the last 2 seasons now, and we've been doing really well, making some good picks and seeing some awesome games here recently. So really excited about this.
And Megan, what's your secret to winning Super Squares? If you had to reveal one reason, one thing you do that you think gives you an edge, what would that be?
You always see me on the skyboxes. Not all the time you see, the guys, and there'll be games here and there where they don't go as well, but we don't have a lot of bad teams. These are all great teams right now. So all these games, you're going to see a lot, 30 plus points, or even right now you see 21-0. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Thanks, Megan. Appreciate it.
Broken clock.
Luigi, you're up, my
Who's
friend.
next? Hi, everybody.
Thanks, Megan.
Letters from Luigi.
No coercion, no bribery about prizes or quicker expedited prizes or mistaken double dips and 5 coupons instead of 1.
Well, there's a new Super Squares merch shop shirt now.
There is.
Good job, Megan. That was almost professional.
Luigi, the world.
Hi, team. Hi, fam. How are we doing? Right, Frank, what are we talking about?
Well, you won't hear anybody up here.
No, I know that. I know. Ask me something.
Just say hi to everybody and how much you love Super Squares, or what your advantages. How come you play so well so often?
Well, let me start with that we are a team of 9, and in all the time that we've all been here and I've been here, I considered that we're all good friends, bunch of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Then I overheard 80s Dave go on about me and soccer and try and belittle me. That things have changed. This is getting serious.
This time
This
it's
is
real.
getting very, very serious. So I would never smack down Matt Burke because he's 6'6", 250 pounds, and he'd squash me like a fly. So Matt's cool. The other half of the 9, who I call the pretty boys, the pretty girls, the photogenic ones, they come across as having this superior knowledge of football. Well, they just because they're photogenic does not mean that they have more knowledge. People like Letters Luigi, who sits in the background doing all the hard work, think about this. He has time to research and look up stats. And so I'm that quiet guy in the back that knows what he's doing. And back to Frank's earlier point. I don't think I'm boasting if I say I've probably won more game groups of the Gang of Nine for the whole season. Would that be an exaggeration?
It's probably pretty accurate.
Fake news. Fake news.
No way.
I lost our StreamYard, by the way. So
Yeah, I had to.
what was that?
I filled up.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Am I still?
you're still on.
Is my rambling still working?
It's good, but it's time to move on.
Okay, pick me. Oh, and by the way, I send out the prize emails. Nobody wants any mistakes in that department.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Thanks, Luigi.
guys. Good luck.
Thanks, Luigi. Terry, pass the mic. Pass the torch. 45 seconds. We're running late.
45 seconds. Why? Because Luigi talked for 3
Luigi
minutes
did what he
and
always
30
does.
seconds.
He hogged the mic.
I'm
He
nervous.
thinks he's at Wimbledon.
Okay, I'll hold it to make it easy. Hey, everybody. I think you've seen me from time to time. I'm still in mourning from the Steelers' great performance last night. So most of you know from Dave saying that I was hoping I'd go before Megan because it would be age before beauty, because otherwise all the rest of these dudes are pretty ugly. So, but I am the OG here. I'm well older than most everybody here. I've got socks older than Burke. But that means there's a lot of football knowledge in my head because I've been a fan of football and sports for all of my life. So that's really all I have to say. As far as Dave and his comment about the music in the 70s, I just want to know, are y'all listening to like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin, or are you listening to like Oingo Boingo and Bananarama? That ends the discussion right there. Okay, so goodbye.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Good job, brother. Hey, Tim G. Come on, brother.
You got to go out there really quick, Tim.
You got to get in here real quick. You gotta man the phones.
No, Brandon's got to go last.
Got me?
You're up.
How does this thing work? Hello, check 1 2. Over modulate.
Hey, it's Tim G. I've been here with Frank a long time, so
Put the
I
mic
learned
closer
from
to your
him a lot.
chest.
Hold it to your chest.
Just clip it.
Hello.
I know.
So anyway, yeah, I've been with Frank a long time. I think I've played every Super Squares game, every one of them since the beginning. So I'd go with me.
By the way, the TV admin that you see up there, TV admin 4, that's always Tim G. He has the highest predictor of anybody in our company in the history of Super Squares.
That's me, Tim G.
Thanks, brother.
Easy to remember.
That's right.
No, my mic's on.
Smart snark.
I'm on still.
Come on, man.
I'm
You
on.
gotta get the draft
Yeah.
going.
I got my little quick,
Nice.
quick script.
Oh my God, he's got a script. Here's your mic. Oh my gosh, you do have a script.
Where's Megan at? Isn't she
She's
supposed to
done.
do this-
She's done.
She's doing this stuff there?
No,
She put
no.
in mics. Can you help me?
Just hold it right here.
Is that better?
Just hold the mic. There you go.
This is a TikTok. All right. Congratulations for making it to the finalists of Super Squares TV Bowl. I'm excited for you.
Brandon
and I'm
wrote a speech.
excited
He's gonna-
to
he's
play
got a
with
paper
one of
on
you
it.
lucky players. You have a big decision to make. Choosing a partner may feel a little unsettling. And you may be influenced to choose someone you're used to seeing, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, as Luigi said. So making a decision shouldn't be so difficult. And you deserve to win. That's really what it's about. So, you know, these guys don't want you to win because they want to win. You know, you heard 80s Dave over here throwing shade, his little villain energy and stuff like that, but I'm not going to go low. We're going to go high. So, all I know is that oh, what is this? All right.
That's what they do in the category.
And I know. I get it. You guys See, they don't want you to win. See, that's why. So you're out there. You're if you're a winner, you're out. Listen,
Is it one of those big canes?
I know all about winning because I was the original Winfluencer 7 years ago.
This is true. This is true.
I met Frank winning a reactive game. I won the honeymoon to the Royal Caribbean. Needless to say, is I'm super lucky. And as you know, luck is a big component of this game. And I'm competitive. So just remember, these guys don't want you to win. I want you to win. And you don't want to miss out on some of the insider tips that I have that a lot of these guys don't even know about. It's true. So I believe in you. I believe we'll go to the Super Bowl together. So
If you believe,
you will. So pick with confidence. And let me see here. Yeah, I can't.
That's it. We're done.
I have a something special for somebody who picks me.
Some merch? Some
Yeah, can I show it to him?
Yeah, sure.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
You're trying.
Come on up here.
Hold on.
Come on in, Dave. We'll handle the mic when he comes back. We got to get going.
Yes, everybody, welcome back. Brandon is
Whoever
here to
picks
show
me.
you what you're going to get if you pick him.
Well, at least I wrote my script. All right. So I got to say that. Listen,
What you got, bro?
if you pick me, I'm going to give you my personal embroidered Super Squares jacket.
Whoa.
Look
Sign.
at that. I'll sign it too.
Let's go, Brandon.
The whole team will sign it.
my jacket?
No, it's not your jacket. So you're already a winner if you already picked me. So let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
There we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Great
Yeah,
speech,
Michelle
really.
Obama.
Great speech.
I had 3 beers during that speech.
Hey, start of the third quarter. Perfect.
Look at Kamish. All right, let's bring them on. Third quarter starting. Here comes the draft.
All right.
So we've got Janelle, Packer fan, Tim, which is TG8053, and Stuart, STD. STT.
Every time I see it, I want to say the same thing.
Woo! And we got some bad mic noise.
Yeah, everybody mute your mic until it's your turn, or until you want to chat.
Off. I'm going to move over here really quick.
All right. I got a feeling the Packer fans wearing a Packer jersey. Is that right? There you go. You can talk. Janelle, welcome to the Super
Hi,
Squares.
everybody.
Hi, Janelle.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for winning.
Thanks for being here. I love that jersey. You do know that I'm going to be wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey, right, Jonathan?
Yeah, how did you get that?
Actually, at the Gilbert Brown Foundation fundraiser this last year.
Awesome.
Nice.
Got it for my husband. He told me I should wear it tonight.
Hey,
Very
just
cool.
Janelle, I'm just curious. Did anybody on the Super? Has anybody here played against Gilbert Brown besides me? Am I the only one?
Good point. Good point.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I just
He was
wanted to
he's a
clarify.
big boy, Burke.
Oh yeah, the grave digger. Yeah, I know.
Janelle, you're up first.
All right. My draft picks. You guys didn't give me much notice, so I really didn't believe I'd get here. So my first pick, I have to go with Jonathan just because I've seen you every day that I've been on this thing.
Jonathan.
Although you said you wouldn't go with me, so I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have picked you.
I knew that I was going to end up with a Packers fan, and I love that for us.
All right. Second pick, I got to pick Dave because he's the one that I'm going. Oh, no, sorry.
No, you only get one pick.
All right.
Yeah, that's your teammate. So you.
I'm your teammate. Are you sure you wanted me as your teammate?
I do.
Let's rock
Thank
and roll.
you.
Let's win this
Sorry,
thing.
everybody else.
Good job, Janelle. So
All right,
everybody,
Janelle.
JB's off the box. You can't pick him up anymore. Janelle, Jonathan will be getting with you. You guys can exchange names. Keep in mind, everybody who's playing, what we need from you is a photograph, and the two of you need to create a team name so we can put you on the special website. Okay. Next up, Tim. Where's Tim?
Tim.
I'm here.
Hey, Tim. Welcome.
Hey, everyone.
What's up, Tim?
Tim, I just want to say I've actually met Tim before. He came by the Super Squares Prize Fulfillment Center, and I put prizes in Tim's hands. Did anybody else meet Tim before?
I have not.
I was just checking. Okay, go ahead.
Tim, who are you going to choose with the second overall pick in the draft?
I think I'm gonna maybe go with a little underdog. I'm gonna go with Luigi.
Luigi!
I told you Luigi would be top 3, y'all.
Jonathan, you
Burke was second.
Thanks.
Wow. Well, that's
Feel great, Tim. Thanks.
Very good.
Hope I don't have to pick up a bike again, though.
Yeah, you ain't. Trust me, you ain't picking it up again.
All right, Stewart, SDT1. Stewart, you have the third overall pick in the draft. Who are you going with? Jonathan and Luigi are both off the board.
Well, I'm a Minnesota native here, so we got Burke, Vikings. Let's do this, Commish.
Let's do it. Let's go.
The Commish.
He just put that hat on. That was awesome.
That was awesome. Very good. So the first 3 draft picks are off the table. Congratulations. Each of you team members get together. We'll give each of you each other's contact information, and we'll go from there. Next up, we've got Rich Stadler, Jay, and Kyle. Thanks to 3 of you. Tim's going to swap you out. Keep playing Super Squares, and we'll be checking with you for the next 2 weeks.
Let's get it, Janelle.
All right, so we move down now to the 4th overall pick is Rich Stadler. And we're going to get Rich in here.
We got all sweaty here. We got Tweety and Veggie and Rich. Let's go, y'all. Good to see you.
There's Mom Spaghetti.
Oh, yeah. Too excited.
Veggie and Tweety.
Yep.
We need 3, right? Do we have our
And
third?
we're
Here we go.
waiting, and there's Rich rules.
Yeah, for sure. It's got to be Brandon. I said from day one when you guys came up with this, I got to pick Brandon.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
For sure.
Good going, man.
Amazing. You just want Rich, you got that nice like salt and pepper beard going, George Clooney style. You just want that jacket, bro. You're gonna look good in that jacket.
Oh, that'll keep me nice and warm.
Rich, you did see Brandon's speech, didn't you?
I did, but I had my decision made up when you guys came up with this competition.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
I can think of 8 people better than Brandon.
This is too fun.
All right, so the 5th overall pick. Now we go to Sweaty, who thought last week that he was going to be the Mag Daddy bomb, and Tommy likes wingies was cheering, and then someone dropped a 105-pointer on us that night or whatever.
Kill me.
All Sweaty, but I'm glad that you're here and you're getting a chance to pick the 5th overall. So far off the board, Jonathan, Louis, Commissioner Matt Burke, and Let's Go Brandon are off the board.
Well, I didn't think my pick was going to last this long, but I'm going to take Megan.
Megan going for number 5.
And all Sweaty, you called it. So you and Rich both called your shot in chat and then followed through. Impressive.
Exactly.
That is awesome. Congratulations, Jay, Rich, and you guys did a great job. Top 5 of all total game show scores for the weekend. Now we're going to move on to the number 1 predictor pick. Teresa, you're up.
Tweety,
you're up.
With the 6th overall pick. Again, off the board, Tweety, are Jonathan. Oh, well, hold on.
What's that?
She's back.
We're back on? Okay, hold on a minute. Are we good? Okay. Tweety, are you with us, right?
Yes.
Okay. So off the board so far, Jonathan, Luigi, Matt Burke, Let's Go Brandon, and Magic Megan are off the board.
I'm going to pick Frank.
There you go.
Big money, big money.
To victory we shall ride.
Big money.
Terrific. I'll be back with you guys
Thank
a little
you.
bit after the game. Thank you.
Thank the 3 of you, and then we'll bring in now the last 3.
Bison
Thumper,
Biggie Steve, and Riddle Nerd.
I love Bison Thumper. He's funny on the chat.
Dude, he's a great guy. I hope he has a Frosty Bev in his hand for
Hold
this
on a
video.
minute. So we're having a hard time hooking up to Bison Thumper?
Oh, Riddle Nerd. I'm a fan of Riddle Nerd too.
Thanks. I'm a big fan of you.
Any man who's got a brick wall behind him.
We've got Riddle Nerd in.
Hey, you got to call out Bison Thumper on chat, guys.
Yeah, he's coming, I think. I think when he tried to join, the room was full. So I think he's coming back.
There's Biggie Steve. And now we got to get Bison Thumper. So we're waiting for Bison Thumper to jump in. And
Bison
Bison
Steve,
Thumper,
can we get a Go Lions?
Yeah, Bison's next. So we
can't jump Bison because Bison has the 7th overall pick.
3, 4, 5.
While we're waiting here, Stafford throwing to Cooper Kupp. By the way, OBJ just threw a 30-yard beautiful pass for a first down.
He threw a pass?
Yeah, can confirm. OBJ greater than Baker Mayfield.
Oh.
Okay, Bison, I just sent you the link via text as well.
All right, so wait for Bison to get in here in a couple seconds.
So tell us who's left, Dave.
Let me tell you who's left there, Big Money Frank. I am left.
How hard was that to say?
Yeah, let me see. I'm left. Uncle Terry's left, and Tim G is left.
By the way, when Tim G was making his plug, he said, "I've played every game of Super Squares." Like he didn't say he's won. It's like he was saying, "I get the participation trophy for playing Super Squares."
You know, it's funny you should bring up the participation trophy, but I think it would be appropriate for while we're waiting to show everybody that there is a 9th place prize, right? In addition to the Frank Gifford poster, we did get a trophy, a participation trophy right here for the 9th place team. I don't know if you can see this or not. It's, hey, Meg, can you zoom in on this participation trophy? Because, you know, everybody deserves a trophy. So this was a cheerleading trophy that I found online. And it does say Super Squares TV participation trophy right there. So
that's
a war. That's a, what
it's a major award. It's a major award.
What do they call it? Lovely parting gift?
Yeah, it must be from Italy. It says fragile.
No, so this is for the 9th place winners. If it's one of you on this team, you will be required to leave this in your office in full view for the complete year until someone else wins it.
Now, that's not who's the 9th overall pick. That's after our first weekend, whoever's dead last.
That's the last place finisher, which we'll announce next week.
Exactly.
Right? Let's hope it's none of us, but it will be some of us.
All right. It's going to be something.
And real quick, just for Bison to know, buddy, if your Wi-Fi is kind of acting up, you can use your phone and join with LTE or 5G or whatever.
Well, I heard a beep. I just heard a beep. Are you here? Is Bison here?
Yeah, he's trying to connect his devices now. So he's in. Now it says device is not connected.
Well,
so
here's what we can do. If Bison is here and he can chat, can he at least get into the chat? Maybe he can just not come on stream and put his pick in the chat. If we can't connect with him because of technical issues.
That is
so.
correct.
Bison, there you go. StreamYard says my camera and mic. So Bison, listen, if you can't get into the chat, what you can do right now, because you are on the clock right now, you can type in your pick. Uncle Terry's left, Tim G, and me. The 3 of us are left, and you got to pick one of us. You can type it in if you want to.
Who's left, he says.
Yeah, you just said it. He'll hear it in a second.
I just told him, yeah, he'll hear
So
it.
it's delayed, right?
Gosh, I really hope Bison, if his camera would have worked, I really hope he had a Frosty Bev in his hand, and maybe he was even wearing the Frosty Bev shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
I'm mad at myself for laughing.
The suspense is killing us. Can I ban him yet?
Can I ban? Hey, Riddle, nice to meet you, like in person and everything and stuff. And thanks for all, all the modding you did and all the quizzes and everything and stuff and putting them up there and all that stuff. It's nice to put a name to a face.
Type who's left. Bison, you're killing us here, brother.
Everyone, yeah, like 6 people have typed in who's left. And I'll just tell you, it's 80s Dave, Uncle Terry, or Tim G.
Dude, this was like He picks 80s Dave.
80s Dave is
There
off
we
the
go.
table.
It's just a match made in heaven. He's had your merch for a year, Dave.
I know. You know what? When I saw that he was picking 7th, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to last till 7th. So I'm glad that I did because I wanted Bison Thumper. So this worked out perfectly.
Good for you, man.
Yes. I'm very happy.
Biggie Steve, you get to choose from Uncle T and Timmy G.
Oh, give me the OG. Give me Uncle Terry.
Uncle Terry. Uncle Terry, the OG, and Biggie Steve.
So then last in 9th place, all that's left for Riddle Nerd to pick up could be Tim G.
Give him a
Yeah,
choice.
but let's let Riddle say it. So he,
Right. Who do you want, Tim? Who do you want, Riddle Nerd?
Tim G.
Oh,
Hey!
Welcome.
Just remember, Tom Brady was drafted way later than he should have been, and he's the GOAT.
Absolutely.
Hey, all guys, hey, Bison Thumper, I know you couldn't be on the stream, and I don't know what happened, but dude, frosty bed for us, bro. Here we go.
Woo! Oh, Tim G. Riddle Nerd, thank you very much for joining us. We're looking forward to having some fun for the next couple weeks. Probably more fun than the Cardinals are having today.
Yeah, Cardinals are not having a good night.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, brother.
Thank you.
The stage is set.
All right.
That was fun.
Happy, man. My guy was on the top cumulative list and the highest predictor list.
That's true.
Whew.
That's true.
That's right, man. Thank you, Bison. He's wearing his 80s Dave gear. We're going to take this.
Trying to do something right here. Get backwards.
And you know what's interesting, and I did say it a couple times that tonight Packer fan did just follow and use the Prime tonight, but it doesn't mean that they're not in the chat. You don't have to have a Twitch account to watch.
Right.
You can just click the link. And so when she said, "Well, I got to go with who I've been watching for years," that's crazy because there are people who lurk who just watch the stream and hang out and never really type in the chat. And it's just fascinating to think about. It's very cool.
And also, Prue, she knew deep down inside that you're a big Aaron Rodgers fan.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Of course. She knows. She knows.
Good thing I doubled up and bought an Aaron Rodgers jersey for myself too.
Listen, she wants to go with a guy that knows that like Packer song and all that stuff and can dance. And there's a clip of it right there. Anyone that wants to just click on that clip right there, you can see John talking about the team that he loves so much, the Packers.
How good is it, Riddle Nerds, in the competition too? I mean, we got somebody on the inside.
Yep.
Oh, did you see that hit to the head?
Yeah, he smacked him.
In general, for real, this worked out maybe even better than we could have hoped, Frank. Everybody who was in is a fan of the stream and has been in the stream and types in it. And all the people, even the people who didn't get in but were close, and the support here to still be at 100 people wanting to cheer on those, even if they didn't get in. Very cool.
Absolutely.
And now it starts.
Game on, as they say, right?
Yeah. And when do the games come in the lobby for this weekend?
Well, funny you should ask, John. I think you'll find that a game is waiting as soon as this is over.
So we're thinking by Wednesday, we have to have our team name into you.
Yeah, we're going to send an email out to all the people that are in the competition, reminding you to connect with one another, and we'll initiate the reach out from here.
Got it.
And I'll share just one email address with who the person is with each of us, and then, make it happen.
Love it.
And then come back to us by Wednesday. I need a picture of your teammate and a team name, and that the decision goes to your teammate. So whatever, if you guys can't agree, they pick
the team name.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Ooh, Kyler, you should have probably slid feet first right there. And
Commish, you up for this?
Oh yeah, for winning, yeah.
Dude, SDT says, "Let's go, Commish.
Let's go.
Let's crush this." Pumped.
Very good.
Nice. I wish that CD Lamb played for the Packers so we could have our team name be the Lion and the Lamb.
The Lions and the Lamb. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
He was like moving on because nobody touched him, and he was like moving real slow. And they were both looking over him. Then he's trying to run away.
You can crawl an extra few inches. That's a few inches.
Did you hear that?
I heard something.
I think the pick I'm most proud of that I predicted was a Luigi top 3.
Boy, it's an interesting choice by Tim Gill.
Dude, listen, every time you're in a fantasy draft, there's like someone that goes, okay, I'm taking a kicker in the 3rd round. And everyone's like, what are you doing?
They did it. Luigi's like soccer guy.
That's what I'm saying. Someone took the kicker.
Tim got seduced by the accent.
But for real, there is something too. I think checking the skybox every single game you're in, and because Luigi and I play all of them, but Luigi does every reaction for all of them. I only do reactions for the one game I'm kind of focusing on in the chat. I think there's something to it, right? Subliminal messaging, maybe. Luigi's always there in the skybox.
He is, and he's always in the inbox with goodies to hand out. Wins a lot of love that way.
As long as our commissioner Matt Burke is with us, I think we should probably do what's become one of our favorite segments of the show each week. Matt Burke's tweet of the week. What we're going to do though, Burke, is it's going to be tweets of the week because the week's just started, but there's just so many good ones, bro. I appreciate you just throwing a whole bunch in the wheelbarrow for us to pick out of. And it looks like the Cardinals are ready to get back in this game, Frank.
Yes, and plenty of time too. There's plenty of game left, Dave.
So there's a lot of ball game left. So Matt, question as I serve this tweet up for the fam, who is Tom Elliott? Do you know him personally?
No, I don't. But he's fantastic. Follow on Twitter. I believe he is.
Okay, so Tom Elliott posts and says. There's now some sort of scam artist pretending to be me, whom I'm told is targeting my followers. Don't let this douchebag trick you. To which Matt Burke tweets back and responds, you're going to have to be more specific. There are millions of douchebags on Twitter.
True or false? True or false?
So true. I would say
no lies detected.
No fake news there.
And then our second tweet of the week from Matt Burke is football related and kind of goes back to what we were all watching and talking about last night. As Matt Burke tweeted, the 49ers and Dallas Cowboys game ended 15 minutes ago, but the refs just threw another flag. I know I saw during the game that it was like a postseason record for the Cowboys with how many flags were thrown. I don't know if they broke the record. And at one point, I know they had tied it with 14 penalties.
Oh, they did break it, I think.
Did they? Congratulations, Dallas Cowboys. Those were Matt Burke's tweets of the week.
And it's only Monday.
That's right. The week's still early, my friend.
Hey, just for everybody out there, Twitter's just supposed to be fun. Just fun banter. You know, it's like I equate Twitter. It's like the equivalent of when I played in the locker room. I mean, you would like rip each other really hard, you know, but it was just like that was just how it was. You know, you're not supposed to get all upset and outraged. I know a lot of people do, but it's just Twitter, people. It's not real life.
Yeah, we can't take it too seriously.
Yeah, I like when there's some kind of controversial subject that normally revolves around politics or something or whatever. Like you'll if you go on it to respond, this little box now will pop up that says something like, please be aware that there's a human being on the other side of this and conversations can get heated. It says something like that, words to that effect right now. So yeah, so a lot of people do kind of go over the edge.
Well, it's just good to see big tech, you know, doing their part, trying to bring people together.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, really like those big tech folks.
Is that where you cue that? Is that where we cue all the violins now? Is that where we bring it in?
Yeah. That would
Hey, Tim,
work.
cue the violins, Tim. It's okay. Man, that was a helmet hit, wasn't it? Gee, lots of helmets today.
Yeah. So tonight at this event, they had, what was that guy's name? Yeah, Google Johnny Lou Jack.
Johnny
1947 Heisman Trophy winner for the University of Notre Dame. I mean, he won the Heisman Trophy so long ago that Notre Dame was actually Catholic.
Yeah.
And,
Gosh, wow.
How do you spell Lujak?
Didn't he play for the Bears?
He did play for the Bears.
Yes, America's team from 1948 to 1951.
Yeah.
No.
1947 Heisman Trophy. That means he's 97 years old.
Wow.
His Heisman Trophy was there, and he was an absolute riot.
Really?
I mean, oh my gosh. It was incredible. He met my son Grant twice because he didn't remember the first time, which is totally understandable. But I mean, he's just one of these guys. Everyone that came up and talked to him, you just dying laughing. It was fantastic. Johnny Lujak.
Yep, I remember the name.
That's cool. The only reason I remember the name is I remember hearing a story about how he was one of the I think he's one of the highest paid players back then.
And there was a picture of him. He was on the cover of Life magazine when he won the Heisman in his football uniform, and he was wearing a leather helmet.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
You guys, Bison's here. Look at him with the Super Squares of football.
Dun, 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 dun,
Look at that hat.
Yes!
Oh, he's got the professional mic on.
Go Bison, my boy.
Dave, are you ready to win this thing or what?
Man, I tell you what, I typed there yesterday when we knew that you had a high score, and I told you, hey, come on, man. So I am so glad that I fell down to you because some other people made some horrible mistakes. Everything happens for a reason, man. Love it.
So here's the biggest question. Are you getting any squares?
I got a perfect square tonight. Started off with a perfect square in the first quarter.
That's good. Yeah, I think you're getting hot. So
And I didn't check the second quarter because I was listening to Brandon's speech, and I fell asleep in the back for a while. And then I came out, and I haven't checked yet. So, yes, I got a partial square in the second. So I've got 17 square points right now.
that's good. Looking forward to it. This is fun. You guys have been great.
Thanks, bro. It's been a blast. I had a partial, and now I got a perfect. So hopefully the score stays like this for the third.
So, hey, what was happening, Bison, with your was it the connection thing? Was it a Wi-Fi thing? Was there a snowstorm? What's going on?
I had to use my phone instead of my laptop. So I don't know what's going on with my laptop. It didn't recognize my camera or my headset. So I just entered it on my phone, and now the phone worked. So
awesome.
Bison, you've got the shirt. Do you have the beer to match it? The Frosty Bev to boot?
Well, you know.
So he's got the Super Squares ball. He's got the ice shaker. All you need now is some Pitos.
With was it Brandon? Yeah, that Frosty Bev was down early, waiting to try to get on.
I killed 3 beers during his speech.
Yeah,
I did, and I drank them slowly. It wasn't shotgunning either.
But you know what? Say what you want about Brandon. He finished 5th in the draft. I mean, you, me,
Yeah.
Uncle T, and Tim G we're in the basement.
That's
we
all right.
got to come back.
Hey, I'm where I want to be, man. I have the partner that I wanted from the get-go, so I'm happy.
Good for you, man.
I want to know if you guys have an inside pool after you saw who you wanted to get.
That's coming. I'm going to go back and run some stats now on all of you 9 and learn more about you. So I might share some of that on stream like next week.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So all those average scores are ridiculous.
They really were
ridiculous. I mean, I think Burke. I don't know all of Burke's scores yesterday, but I know his highest that he posted on Twitter was 70, and we're talking about an average of 70 that a lot of people have, which is wild.
Absolutely, they did good.
Yeah. So, Bison, I do have one question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because Matt Burke was, I mean, just very confident yesterday, as he said, like, you know, when you get into the green room for the draft and there's like a table and there's some chairs around it, I tell him don't even put a chair there because I'm not going to be here long and I'm going first. so if
I heard that.
Matt did slip to number 3, which surprised me. If Matt would have slipped down the board and we were both there at 7, who would you have taken?
Dave, I'm sorry, but it'd have been Burke all the way.
There you go. I have a feeling that I'm going to regret this question, but if you had the first pick in the draft, who would you have taken?
So it was a toss. I was going either Burke or big money. And I probably would have flipped a coin.
Wow. Flip a coin. I love it.
Wow. That's
because you got the math guy, and then you got the guy who knows the inside track. So
yeah,
you can't go wrong with anybody.
Exactly.
Guys, so.
And I'm more shocked that Frank fell to 6th than Burke falling to 3. I thought Frank would go in the top 3 or 4. I would have chosen you in the top 3 or 4.
Yeah, Frank. I mean, how do you feel about that, Frank? Tell us how you feel. Open up a vein.
But I like being underestimated. I've made my career out of being underestimated. So bring it.
It makes winning so much better when you're overlooked.
That's right. That's cool. By the way, before I forget, what's wrong?
I don't know. What's going on?
What are you guys talking about?
We're talking about you, Tom Brady.
So did you do something?
No.
You mischievous look. You were talking about Johnny Lujack. I just want to bring this up. Matt, according to Wikipedia, Lujack's wife, Lujack's 97 years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
His wife is still alive. And they've been married since 1949.
Wow.
That's amazing.
72 years?
It's college sweetheart. Wow.
I don't think I've known anybody who's been married 72 years.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
Wow.
That's amazing.
They both must be
Tweety,
on
I'm
that Tom
Tweety.
Brady diet.
So that means you were the 6th round pick.
I was the 6th round pick, just like Tom
was
Brady. That's
And
okay.
so was Matt Burke.
Matt Burke was 6th round.
And you should have been Tom Brady, but you gave it.
I gave you Tom Brady. I got the next Tom Brady. Joe Burrow's the next Tom Brady.
Come on, throw an interception, Stafford. Come on, fumble. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, look, I mean, they're playing well at all levels. And Cam Akers has been a nice balance with Michelle tonight.
Let's see, he went into him head first at a
Who's
weird
that?
angle and
Murray?
just fell right to the
He's been angry.
That's the safety.
3?
He came over. Yeah, he came over to make the tackle and he went down into him head first. It didn't look good as soon as he.
They're all going down.
Yeah.
Did he hit his head?
Yeah, he hit his head into him. Yeah, and as soon as he did, he fell straight down on his back.
His arm was, he was laying on the ground and his arm was up in the air. That's not good.
Yikes.
Jeez.
It didn't look like intentional, right?
No, it wasn't. No, he was right. He was
Already
running
hit.
in. Akers turned the corner, was running down, and he just ran in at an angle to hit him and stop him. And went in head first, and then it just fell right to the ground. Watch this.
Yeah, you hate to see that. While we wait
There's
for
been
Fred.
He just rolls over, boom. Yeah.
It was helmet to helmet.
Does this seem like there's been a high number of concussions this weekend?
Yes.
Or it seems like Bosa had one.
Yep.
Didn't Hendrickson have one?
I believe so.
The other thing I noticed this week, the way they're tackling, I don't know if you've seen this, Berkey. They seem to be grabbing and twisting on purpose. Like when they got them, they're doing an extra twist on the ground when they got people's legs. But I mean, this screen is right here, so we get to see like really close. It's just, I don't know.
It's the playoffs. It's just ratcheting it up.
So I got a question while we got Bison and the commission. And feel free to answer anyone in the fam, and of course, the Big Money and Dave. Packers are obviously the NFC favorite, and the road to the Super Bowl is going through Lambeau. Who do you all think has the best shot at beating the Packers in the NFC, not the AFC?
Beating the Packers in cold weather. I mean, because whether it's Tampa or LA, it has to go there. I mean, it's like, man, both of them are. Man, it's tough. The best chance to beat them, I think I'm going to say Tampa, just because of the experience and because they're defending champs and because I'm going to say Tampa.
I'll say Tampa too, just because the Packers defense is a lot better, I think, than what it's been, but I still don't fully trust them. I've seen too many lapses where they're just not very good. And Tom Brady's pretty good.
And Tom Brady's played in cold weather before. I mean, cheating or not,
you think?
he's played in cold weather a few games in his life.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't know if you heard the record. Remember the records about the Bucks? How long it took for them to win a game
Under 40 degrees.
Under 40 degrees.
Yeah.
And that's still the case, right? They still don't play in cold weather. So I actually think the 49ers may have a better chance of beating them up there. That's my gut.
What you think, Bison?
So I'm also leaning toward the Niners beating the Packers only because they've got a great running game. And if it's cold, Jimmy G can't throw the ball, which helps their running game. You don't want Jimmy G throwing the ball.
Jimmy G is just a time bomb, though. It's not if, it's when.
So not if he just turns around and hands it off every play. Pull a New England and throw it 3 times.
I mean, I don't even think Jimmy G. I don't know what average is, but he's like their only liability on the entire team. I mean, they're a great team, great D line, great O line, great skill guys. He is the one glaring weak spot of that team. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think that the Niners are a great matchup for the Packers, so I think it's gonna be close. But I'm gonna say Rams, and not because I'm a Stafford guy, but I think the defense. I think Donald's stud, and that defense is playing lights out tonight. And I think the Rams have the best chance of slowing down. And Tampa's defense played lights out too yesterday. So those are I'm gonna say Rams or Tampa.
Here's the thing, though, Jonathan. If Matthew Stafford does go back to Green Bay and has that just familiar feeling of being in the Midwest and in the cold and in the NFC North Central, is he gonna just think he's a Lion again and just lose?
Yeah, no, because he actually beat the Packers more than you would think, and he's won in Lambeau. He had that streak ended for Detroit. So I don't think you're again, but it's not going to matter that much as long as he plays mistake free. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game with the defense, and Cam Akers and Sonny Michel are going to have to run the ball. But Donald has literally, Rodgers is mobile for an older guy, but he's no Kyler Murray. And I haven't seen the stat yet, and I can't find it on ESPN, but the pressures that Kyler Murray's been under tonight have been insane.
That's also the thing I think where Tampa, other than just Tampa, but very veteran, great veteran players. They know how to find that extra gear. I'm not saying they pace themselves during the regular season, but if those guys come to playoffs, it's like they take it up a notch, like an Aaron Donald, Von Miller. Guys like that. And Tampa's a very veteran team. Now, I do think, though, any quarterback, but we've seen it before. The only time Tom has lost is when teams four rushers, and if Wirfs is out, if Tom starts to feel uncomfortable, Tom's as old as I am, just about.
Dang.
I'm sore just waking up from sleeping.
He
doesn't want to get hit.
Just rolling onto the left hip from the right hip, I'm sore. I'm not even out of bed and I'm sore. Oh, I think we lost the stream for a second. Over here.
Yeah, wow.
Hey, hey, Burke.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was making sure you could still hear us. Someone, and we're kind of hung up right now on the Twitch. It's rebooting itself. But someone commented and said Lee Elia used the F word twice. What Burns did.
Wow.
And I haven't
colorful
listened.
Language.
Yeah, but so it'll be interesting to listen to both of them.
Well, they cleared the field real fast, didn't they?
That was
Come on,
from
Stafford, interception. Pick 6.
Cool.
Are you true for that for your predictors, my friend?
Yes, my friend. Yeah, I think I have the I've got the Rams at 20 points. So they're already. I can't have them score anymore. My 5.6 predictors are not looking good. But again, I picked this game just to spite you. So,
which I love.
Just keep that up through the playoffs, you two.
Playoffs.
Playoffs? Well, here's the cool thing, right? This is what makes this kind of thing fun. Is like Berkey beat me in predictors yesterday, and you don't have to pick the right winner if both scores are close.
Right.
Right. So you can troll a little if you want. Right. So I can pick the Rams to beat the Packers next week in a close one and have them lose in a close one and still get 40 predictor points. If you're close on those yards.
Bison, have you ever been to Tampa?
I was there a couple years ago for the Twins spring training.
You didn't happen to stop in Burns Steakhouse, did you?
I did not.
Have you ever heard of Burns Steakhouse?
I haven't, but Burke says it's quite good.
Yes,
Hey,
it is.
I'm not exaggerating. It's top 5.
Do you have to like? Is there a dress code?
Yeah. You don't. I mean, a lot of people like really get dressed up nice in there in suits and ties. They do say on there that they prefer you to wear nice clothes. I've been in there before, and I've seen some idiot walk in with a pair of shorts and flip flops on, and everyone just looks at him and goes, "What a douchebag," you know. but yeah, they do try to keep it. It's kind of a higher echelon place.
I went in there. I actually went to a Bucks game years ago and went there afterwards, straight from the Bucks game. I was not dressed up, and I didn't feel out of place, but I don't think there were any other Super Bowl champions in there. So
That's because Mike Allstott was at Island Way.
he was at the Island Way, Island Breeze Bikini Bar.
That's right.
Having a Bay Rum day.
Burke, I got a question for you. I've met a couple of NFL players, and their finger, like linemen and stuff, and their fingers, like you can just see that it's almost a 90-degree.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen someone like break their finger on the field?
Oh, I mean, it break like dislocated. I mean, more than a couple. They run over and they're like, hey, and then like the trainer will like, he'll kind of grab the guy's hand and turn away from him and then do something and, give him the Miyagi and it's healed, popped back into place.
Because did they just get caught in the face mask or?
You get caught in the face mask, or you can actually get hit, on something and just get bent in ways it's not supposed to go. You know who's got the craziest finger is Alan Page, Justice Alan Page.
Chicago Bear great.
Yeah. He actually wrote a children's book about it. It's called like my weird pinky or something it's called. But his pinky literally just goes out at like 90-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest thing. And he's a very learned man. He wears bow ties. He's got like a cool gray beard. I mean, just and he's super smart. I mean, he could talk football or poetry or whatever, and he's got this finger that's just straight out.
We talked about him a few weeks ago on the stream. He's Supreme Court, right? Minnesota Supreme Court, right?
Yeah, Supreme Court Justice.
Yep.
Ooh, look at that. Tim G put my perfect square up there.
Oh, look at that, boy.
Yeah, waste them today.
Give me more of those.
See that.
You can't say waste them today, Bison. All of you who qualified somehow got multiple over the weekend. That was amazing.
You playing the Bay Rum?
I'm playing the Bay Rum commercial. I'm doing my RXPs before I forget them all. Yeah.
He's not having a Bay Rum day, that guy.
That guy, no, there's a bird that poops on him.
A vertical.
It was a phony bird, too. I'm trying to figure out how he pooped.
That's a vertical poop, man. It's like, that's quite the bird.
Remember, there's a lot of wind like there's been here the last couple of days.
I've not seen a question. Yeah, I know. I'm not going there. I've not seen a question about how much that pack costs.
I thought there'd be, it's $36 and some odd cents.
50 cents, yes.
I've paid attention to that. I kept waiting for that question.
If that all came out of that parrot, he lost half his weight.
Yeah, probably.
Here's a coconut-laden sparrow.
Hey, do you guys know that the Merlin Olsen luncheon happens during Super Bowl week, and that Jerry Jones says it's one of the best event of Super Bowl week?
Is that the same Jerry Jones that re-signed Dak Prescott, who had that wonderful play yesterday? That same Jerry Jones?
I think it's the same guy.
Yeah, I think he knows what he's talking about.
Yep.
He's a regular at that dinner.
Yeah, he is.
Outside of the Super Bowl.
Is McCarthy toast after that?
No.
Yeah, Jerry Jones came out and said yesterday that he's keeping him.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Why didn't they show Jerry Jones in the box that often yesterday? I kept waiting to see it.
I'd heard that he made some bad predictors on Super Squares and was pissed and threw a tablet, kind of like Tom Brady. He threw the tablet, and they decided not to show him on camera because of that. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what I heard. I read that on the internet, so it must be true.
Does he talk to the network and say, if we're winning, you can show me, but if we're not, you can't?
I wonder.
It's not that powerful. The only thing I noticed about him yesterday, and I normally don't notice this stuff, I think he was wearing a double-breasted sport coat. Did anybody else notice that?
I did not.
I think he did.
What makes that significant to you, my friend? I'm wondering where this is going.
No, I haven't seen that look since 1996. He's bringing it back, or maybe he's he's getting old. He's not going to be. He wants to make sure he leaves as much money as possible to his kids, so he's wearing old clothes. I don't know.
Burke, I have a really nice double-breasted suit. I was going to wear it this weekend, but I have to wear a Packers jersey instead. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I think everybody in the NFL who thinks that they're going to have a chance to be on camera needs to call Nate Burleson and get their outfit checked before the game. Best dressed man in football.
I played with Nate.
He seems awesome. I love his commentary and stuff. Is he as awesome as he seems?
He's a pretty awesome dude. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I'm surprised that like when he was playing, I don't think anybody thought, oh, he's going to be a analyst and he had personality, but he came in, Randy Moss was the guy. Nate was he was younger and he's the number 2, with Moss, everybody got overshadowed by Moss's personality. But I mean, he's really he lets his personality shine. He's awesome.
That's fun.
I guess Meg has named her team.
Oh, she did?
Team Mega Sweaty.
That's hilarious. Mega Sweaty.
I love it.
I've talked about this, Megan, before. If you guys do have a problem, there's a product called Dry Sol. If you're mega sweaty, that you can get that will help you stop sweating. Serious, honest to goodness.
I think it's great. I'm for it. I'm about it.
Mega sweaty.
Is somebody behind the scenes already putting us in touch with our team?
We'll get you the information tomorrow.
Hey, Bison,
Okay,
hey,
no problem.
as long as we're on, Bison, are you got a team name in mind or anything like that, or have you thought at anything?
Yeah, not knowing who I would have as a partner, I haven't thought. I was going to wait and see if we can come up with something.
You already have the uniforms.
I know we've already got matching Frosty Bev shirts.
I got a great idea. 80s,
Bevs, man.
80s thumper.
It's the Frosty Bevs, man.
I think it would be the Frosty Bevs.
I would rather lean toward Frosty Bev than
An 80s thumper?
Than 80s thumper.
Dang it.
Yeah, we can't let you name our team.
Ice and jerky, maybe? The hose?
Yeah.
Oh, how about the real Frosty Bevs in honor of Dave's Twitter?
The real Frosty.
We'll leave it up to you. Just throw out some food for thought or some Bev for thought.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with something unique.
Who drafted Burke again?
We lose Burke? What?
It was SDT.
STDs. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. SDT. I forgot his name. Spencer? Was it Spencer?
Stuart Burke sounds way more like a Harvard grad than Matt Burke.
Yeah, yes he does.
Stuart Burke.
Tommy likes when he says 80s hose. For our team. 80s hose. I like it. That's not bad. Thumping the 80s.
Dude, you know what was that always called, giant men tiny to be funny, like in the old cartoons and stuff?
Yeah.
It's Stuart Little. That's Berkey's team name.
Meh.
He doesn't like it.
Berkey, did you see the trophy?
Oh.
The participation trophy or the winner
trophy?
The trophy.
Oh, dude, the winner trophy is sick looking. It's sick.
Dude, I mean, it's going to be similar to something you've probably held before.
Wow. I
Well,
like
not
it.
that way.
That is nice. How much does that weigh, Dave? How many ounces?
It's all the empty beer cans.
Recycled.
It's pretty. It's cast metal. It's
And it doesn't have to be shared. Both team members will get their own.
and it's official. It has the NFL logo on it.
With Super
I
Squares.
know that's near and dear to your heart, Mr. Burke.
How much did we have to pay for that?
That was it wasn't cheap. Let's just say that. But look, we bear no expense. We spare no expense. We bear no expenses. So it was a lot. It was a lot more than this one.
Yeah.
I know. Maybe we can call our team. If I want to be at the top all the time, I won.
Does he come back? I haven't seen.
I don't know. I haven't seen I won. I one's been at the top of every.
I haven't seen I won in one of our Twitch skyboxes in forever, but he's been in the beer one. Not in the top 50 at the moment.
4th and 10, big play right here. This could be the ball game, my friend.
I'm excited about my team because I know that behind the scenes, not only do I have Tweety on my team, but I think Veggie is like
exactly. You've got like 2 teammates, man. Like more people to help.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to consult and.
Oh yes, nice catch.
How'd you get ahead of me there?
First down. Oh, I don't know. Oh, flag on the play. Oh man, now it's going to be 4th and 20.
Are they going to try to say that he was out of bounds because he was in bounds when he threw that?
He was in bounds. There's a penalty.
Right, when if he threw the ball past the line of scrimmage, I meant.
No holding, like I said, 4th and 20 now. Eats Betstomia.
Wow, 2 holdings.
And holding.
Does it look like there's a lot of trash on the field?
All playoffs, by the way.
Really? I haven't noticed it till maybe I'm watching on a different TV. It looks like there's just.
Berkey, are you saying you didn't notice what was on the field during the Bills game?
I didn't see the Bills game. I took my kids to a Minnesota Golden Gophers hockey game.
Ooh, cool.
Dang. Yeah, it was sweet. But that's
hockey live is fun.
But but wait, that's Buffalo. That stadium is like, I mean, I'm not ripping it, but it's old. It's Buffalo. This is $5 billion SoFi. This is LA, man.
That's smelling salts?
Hey, Berkey, yeah, the smelling salts. The kicker's just sniffing smelling salts before the field goal.
What's that about?
Did he? I didn't see that. He did.
He did it twice.
3 or 4 times.
It worked, man. He nailed that. That'd have been good from about 10 more yards out.
He likes to have his eyes watery.
Wow.
All right. Not gonna
Have you guys ever
on stream.
sniffed smelling salt?
No.
I would like to.
What's it like? Just like something like
it's just like straight like ammonia-ish, kind of like just. I mean, right? I mean, when I was a little kid, Burke, I don't know, when played football, like pee-wee football, a couple times they'd break those little like capsules with the gauze on them and like snip it under your nose to. Yeah, and it smelled. I remember it being like ammonia-y kind of.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. But I mean, it'll like drop you to your knees.
Yeah,
that's what we should do. Get some of those and have Snarky sniff one on stream. Mr. Tough Guy, tell Snarky. Let's see how tough you are.
The smelling salts.
Just this weekend alone, I sent you a picture of one thing that you're not going to love to see that was on the field during the Bills game. During the Chiefs game, every time they kicked an extra point, somebody threw a roll of toilet paper. Remember that, Dave?
We saw that, yeah.
Which was nuts. You could see the toilet paper, like it was hilarious. And then tons of garbage all over the field. You know what happened in Dallas? Tossing garbage at Dak and the refs.
Did you say you sent me stuff?
Yeah, I just sent you a text. If you didn't get it, I hope I didn't send that to the wrong person.
You might have sent it. Oh, here it is.
Okay. Yeah, you can see it.
I do remember seeing that at the Buffalo game.
It's like, what? I prefer the Red Wings throwing octopi on the ice.
I was just going to ask, did anybody throw an octopus on the field?
Haven't seen it.
Now, this is the kind of game where you could go really sideways with your predictors.
Yeah, like I have 4.
Yeah, well, remember the way this tournament works is at the end of next week, we were going to take your team's best and worst game score,
right,
and your team's best and worst predictors. That's your score. So you got to think really carefully when you plan this week. Like, do you really want to take a chance and go all out? Because if you get a bad predictor, you're stuck with that bad predictor and bad score. So you got to really think about that. There is strategery here.
Strategery.
You got to count how many Frosty Bevs you imbibe with before you make your picks. 80s Dave, Bison Thumper.
Frank, why would I change my strategy now? I think like my lowest predictor game is like 37. I mean, why would I? Why would I?
My lowest predictor game is 37.
You shouldn't. You're right. I think it's like golf. I think the strategy might be just go right down the middle. Just, don't be an extremist.
Every game is a 25-25 tie.
You never know.
I do think there might be, a strategy to maybe let one person pick in an upset that not a lot of other people are going to be picking. Because if it's in the middle and not one of your best or worst, then it's like, okay, recycle it. I don't want to overthink it though.
Yeah, don't want to overthink it.
Ryan Jean says, Burke, just tell your partner to pick the 100% same as you then.
That's not a bad strategy necessarily.
Yeah, I was just going to say. If
oh my gosh, I said it out loud and then I thought about it.
Separate topic. Are those little cartoon things that ESPN does the dumbest things ever?
What little cartoon things?
Like every week they'll have like some, instead of just showing a stat, they have they do some animation and they've got it's kind of random. They just had guys riding on horses.
I didn't notice.
I don't even think I see them.
Yeah, I've noticed it. They'll have like an Aaron Donald image and it's like him sitting on a couch as a cartoon instead of.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've seen the pink elephant too. You haven't seen?
Yeah, I think it's weird. It belongs on Nickelodeon, which deserves a broadcast every single week.
You got to get off that, bro. You got to get off the Nickelodeon train. It's not,
dude. I thought it was like, I just couldn't listen to it.
So I haven't listened once, right? 2 years in a row, I just watched.
I just don't like it.
And what I do like about it is I like that they don't show some of the crazy injuries for kids watching, and the slime in the end zone thing. I mean, that's a great way to get a 3-4-year-old kid to watch.
Exactly. It's great marketing to get a younger audience, I think.
Really?
Yeah, heck yeah.
I don't think so.
I do.
I think there's some old fart who thought this would be a great idea to get young kids to watch, but it's not going to attract young kids. Sorry.
Well, mine are like too young or not young enough to do that now. But so like, Jonathan, you have little ones. I mean, did they watch it yesterday?
So it's so funny because every kid's different, right? Caleb has been obsessed with football since he could understand what was happening at like 3, and he'll sit down and watch with me no matter what game's on. Zachary would 100% be influenced by that, and otherwise wouldn't watch yet. He's 5.
Well, there you go.
But Caleb, he didn't care. He probably wouldn't like it. If it was real slime in the end zone, though, Berkey.
I was just thinking, if you just have this affinity for slime, why don't we reenact like some kind of Double Dare game show here?
I'm in.
Next bet, me. What do you think, Berkey? While you're down here, after you finish at the dessert room and shut down Burns for the night. And by the way, the wine selection, there's at least, 3,000 bottles over $1,000. Just saying.
Are there any over $2,000?
I think the one of them's like 50 some odd $1,000.
Yeah.
And I do recall the bet was including beverages.
I want to say this with all sincerity, Berkey, I'm only paying for you and me. I'm happy for anyone to join us. Enjoy yourself and get what you like.
Wow. Very generous.
No, we're not all going to Burns.
No, I've never been.
It's just these two. I'm not invited.
That's just they're little side.
It's just little side things. They're side
little side thing. We're having Chuck E. Cheese.
We're having Chuck E. Cheese.
Hey, Chuck E. Cheese pizza is not bad.
It's not, but I used to work there, Berkey. I won't go into the whole story.
Oh my gosh.
I won't go into the whole story, but I'm not kidding you. When I worked there, the conspiracy on Reddit is true. When a pizza's not looks like it hasn't been touched, like the slices still kind of look perfect, but there's two missing at a party, they will take that back. And back in the day, they probably don't do it anymore. This was 20 years ago. And they would take the pizza from one party and add it together to make another pizza and bring it out to the next one.
Profit, man. Profit.
It was so gross, but it tasted great. I'm with you there.
And by the way, if you didn't know, Matt, John was Chuck E. Cheese. He dressed up, and I figured this before I asked him, but I thought there's only one uniform. You guys like wear it all day, and then the next guy steps inside of the head and all that, and then yeah, that's all true. That's really the way it worked.
Oh man,
look at Cooper.
Yak.
Yak
attack.
So here's a question I have then. So if like Chuck E. Cheese today, if it's the same kind of thing,
COVID now, they do about that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
That's
So
what they
like,
do.
what if the first guy of the day wears the suit and he does not have a vaccine, and then the next dude comes in for second shift and he puts the suit on and he has a vaccine? Does it make a difference?
Either way, it's a smelly suit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, a sweaty, smelly, all sweaty, all sweaty.
Now here's the next question then. Does Chucky have to wear the mask on the outside of the costume over the Chucky nose or inside the head? Does he have to wear a mask?
So I could be wrong here, and I'm happy to be corrected because I don't know. It's been a long time since I worked there, and I haven't been there since I worked there. I heard years ago that they stopped actually having the real Chucky dress up and come out, and that it's all robot on the stage. So I don't even know if there is one in a costume anymore.
No, because of COVID.
Wait, did you see that statistic right there?
I did see that.
Did you see that statistic,
He
Jonathan?
destroyed
No.
Calvin Johnson.
The two records for the most receptions in a season: Calvin Johnson,
yards,
yards, and Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
Both of them, the quarterback, Matthew Stafford.
See,
Yeah, he's been elite his whole career. He just played on Detroit.
Elite.
I've been saying.
Dude, look at the yak.
One of the only QBs to ever throw for 5,000 yards. More fourth quarter comebacks than most QBs ever.
More opportunities to come back in the fourth quarter. Than
Yeah, because again, like I said, he played for the Lions. He had like 6 offensive coordinators in Detroit.
Oh, cool.
5 head coaches.
Moose Man gifting a tier 1 sub. Awesome, Moose Man.
To Ski Man. Moose Man to Ski Man.
To Ski and Moose. Look at that. 848 yaks. 78 more yaks than any other player. I tell you what, if you drafted Cooper Kupp, and I'm going to say the 4th round of your fantasy draft, because nobody else paid attention to him, I bet you rode him to a championship. Just saying. You know what? Cooper Kupp was the lowest scoring.
The other thing, Cooper Kupp.
Really?
Yeah. He was forecasting at like 20.
What's that, Burke?
21.
Cooper Kupp, he's good at football. He's got sweet hair. And his name is just fun to say. Like, I think that elevates him in the conversation because it's just fun to say Cooper Kupp. Like, he's got a lot going for him.
It does.
This team would be, I mean, Odell's done a great job filling in, so no disrespect to him. But if Robert Woods was healthy, he was a great second to Cooper Kupp this year.
Yep.
If they can get out of Cam Akers what they need, I mean, they have Higbee, Beckham, and Kupp, and Stafford. It's a good offense.
Yeah, their toughest game is probably going to be Lambeau, right? I mean, just because of the weather. It's freezing cold. Got to get through Tampa first.
Tell you what else, and this is good for Tampa, is, I mean, LA be playing on Monday night, and then turn around and got to go play Sunday in Tampa.
How much does the traveling across the country really matter? People talk about it all the time on in the booth. You know, they got 5 days and it's across the country. Does that make a huge difference?
I mean, I'd say as a player, like, I'm not gonna, like, you don't fly across the country, like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Like, you don't feel like that, but I mean, the statistics say that it must have some effect.
And having only 5 days.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to get on a plane they'll probably get on a plane on Friday. I don't know. Like when I was in Baltimore, we go to the West Coast, we would leave on Friday to get acclimated to the time zone or whatever, because you don't want to fly 6 hours the day before a game.
I remember when I told you there was a Monday night game and you hadn't heard that yet, and you thought I was kidding you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge competitive advantage for the Bucs.
How do you think they chose the teams that are going to have to do that? Like these two teams. Why these two teams?
Well, because I think they said, Green Bay had the bye. They were the 1. The 2 is Tampa. So you think, well, Tampa's going to win. The 3 seed, they had home. So the 3 seed. So by math, this was going to be the worst team remaining, the 4 and the 5. Now the Niners upset the Cowboys, but you think you're supposed to have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seed after the first. So the lowest seed gets the shaft. That make sense?
Yeah. So they're basically admitting it's a screw job.
That it's a disadvantage. Do you think that has more to do with it than just like the primetime matchup of a division game?
I mean, I just think kind of division games in the playoffs are kind of lame just because I feel like I've seen this movie before. I don't know. I mean, I get more intrigued by if the teams haven't played during the regular season.
I'm with you there, except in the NFC North. I love a good Packers-Bears playoff game.
Oh, yeah, there's been so many to choose from.
There's been a few since I've been alive, but not many.
Hey, Burke, a couple of comments here in the chat. I don't know if you saw that Cooper Kupp has a brother named Butter. Also fun to say, and a sister named Dee.
Oh, my gosh. It had to be Skeeter, right?
No, it was
fake white teeth.
Fake white teeth, formerly known as
Impact Wyoming, formerly known as. Yes.
All Sweaty thinks that we ought to create a traveling cup for the annual bowl game and
Cooper
engrave each year's winner on it. They are engravable. Maybe we should create one more.
A traveling Cooper Cup?
Cooper Cup, yes, right.
Well, I mean, we could probably take and put.
It has room for plant.
That's what I'm saying. We could probably take like maybe on the back of
that's
it
what it's designed.
and engrave like the winner on the back of it or something.
So you suggested maybe that the person who wins it, they get to keep for a year and then it comes back and it gets polished up, or what are you thinking?
Maybe. But like what he's saying too is that like so you could look back, kind of like that one fantasy plaque you guys have in the other room that's got like this year, this winner, this year, like that. And you can maybe just like do like 2020.
It's actually designed to be at the bottom.
Oh, or on the bottom. Oh, you could do that and put a little placard on it.
You can put 2.
Yeah,
you can if you want, but I don't know. I think people would want to keep one. I don't know.
Right? Can you modify it so you could drink your favorite frosty beverage out of it when you win?
Oh man.
That's a good question. I don't know. Hollow out the top, maybe. Maybe the top pops out, and inside there's a cooler and a beer.
Make it into a cup.
Maybe talk to Gronkowski. Maybe the special ice shaker.
Bring some ice shaker technology to that.
I think that's a good idea. Gronk, come up with something, right?
There you go.
Because if you could drink out of it and it would keep your drink cold for 30 plus hours, that would be awesome.
It's true.
Speaking of being cold, Matt, thanks a lot for bringing Minnesota with you down here. Appreciate that.
Yeah, everybody's telling me at this event tonight how cold it is here. It was 68.
Well, it's a little bit south of here. I mean, it's going to be here tomorrow morning. It's going to be in the low 40s, maybe like 43, 44. And it's supposed to be in the 30s up north of us, a couple counties.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it's going to be quite chilly.
Frank, are you shutting down the office tomorrow? Make sure nobody leaves the house. You don't want to get stranded on the side of the road in 40-degree weather.
Well, we're keeping an eye on him, Matt. We can't risk anybody, traveling and getting hurt. So we'll be monitoring it. We'll be calling out. Already got Pinellas County. Did you got a call the other morning, didn't you, in the storms?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Pinellas County's all over. They'll call you at your house and, 35-degree weather. Are you okay? Is your heat working? Really conscientious around here.
That's good.
Our tax dollars at work.
I'm thinking right now that the Rams are going to be here next week. I'm starting to think that.
I want to hear what you think and what everybody thinks about versus. The odds were just posted in Vegas for the Bears' next head coach.
Oh, really?
Yep. And there's some names on here, and there's some big differences in the odds. So most likely at plus 275 is Brian Flores.
Okay.
At 350, plus 350 is Brian DeBall from Buffalo. I'm sorry, not from Buffalo. From Buffalo, right?
Yeah, Brian Dable.
Dable, that's how you say that. Leslie Frazier is at plus 550 from Buffalo.
They're great.
Jim Harbaugh is plus 600 still. And he hasn't done an interview that I know of yet, but there was some more Raiders talk today too about that since they fired their GM today. By the way, that was a fiasco. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Raiders GM says, everybody have a great night. Thanks for coming to the office today. And then they all check social media and find out they're fired.
Oh.
Doug Peterson at plus 800.
He's the Bucs coordinator, right? Or no?
No, Doug Peterson.
No.
He's coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, that's right.
At plus 1,000, a tie between Byron Leftwich and Matt Eberflus. Eric Bieniemy is at plus 1,100. Josh McDaniels 1,200. Kellen Moore from Dallas at plus 15, and then Todd Bowles and Dan Quinn around plus 2,000. So Brian Flores is the lead so far.
Flores' personality seems to fit the city of Chicago and that team.
Bowles is the defensive coordinator for Tampa. Did you say Jim Caldwell in there anywhere?
No, and that shocks me because they interviewed him.
Yeah.
I think Caldwell might go to Miami, though.
The Bears must not have read the tweet then yesterday when they posted and said who they interviewed. When I tweeted in favor of Jim Caldwell saying, listen, this man actually won in Detroit. I mean, how many people can say that? I mean, good golly, he actually won in Detroit and got to the playoffs in 2 out of 4 years there. How do you not hire that dude? But they didn't listen to me.
When was that?
A couple years ago, a few years ago.
7 years ago? 6 years ago? When was that?
No, Patricia, I think, only had, 3 seasons? So 4 or 5 years ago?
He went somewhere else, didn't he?
I don't know if he did.
I thought he did. I thought he went to the West Coast with somebody. Where'd he go?
Definitely not as a head coach.
The Bears posted today, we have completed interviews with general manager candidate Ed Dodds and head coach candidate Matt Eberflus.
I haven't heard much Viking news yet since they kind of cleaned house. Any news there, Bison or Kamish?
I haven't seen anything today yet.
All I know is, they said they're going to hire a GM before their head coach. And it didn't seem like they were lining up GM candidates. I could be wrong, but
I thought they had their first one yesterday.
I thought they've had 2. The woman from Philadelphia and some guy saw it on social media. I never heard of him. I can't remember where he was from.
And did they specifically say that the new GM would help with the hiring of the coach, or that not necessarily?
I guess I assume that's kind of how it's going to work.
Yeah, hopefully.
You can't really, if you try to figure out the logic behind some of the things the Vikings do, it's good luck.
Skeeter's hoping that Matt Millen is the next GM from Minnesota. Matt, you know what? Matt Millen, from what I've heard and what I've read, is as good a guy as he is a bad GM.
Yeah. Well, boys, I got to get up in 4 hours and 15 minutes and go catch a flight.
Thank you.
Good luck, Burke.
It's been a very swift trip to the Sunshine State. It was awesome. I got 68-degree weather. Got to meet Tim Tebow, hear him speak. I got to hang with you guys. And I got my teammate for my next championship. So this was a full day.
Good man.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks for joining us, buddy. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a safe trip.
See you, Matt.
There you go. Brady Stafford matchup. What you've been wanting all year long.
Well, since they just showed, since Rams beat them.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
Is there a game? Can I pick a game where they both teams lose, or do I have to? I should probably just pick a tie.
See how Earl Download was doing his fingers?
Or was it that kind of like sideways thing?
He's doing that where you can bend your tips.
Oh, I can't do that. I don't think.
Go to my fingers.
See?
Comes real handily.
I don't know. I don't think I can just.
There's a double joint there or something.
Like my boy goes, listen, Dad, can you do this? And he'll take his thumb like this and he'll touch here.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, dude, I can't do that. Dude, Dad, do it. No, I'm good. I need my thumb.
So, Bison, on your video, the commercial, Tim, you got the video around by any chance? The Frosty Bev video. We're going to show that on stream for those of you that have never seen this.
Hey, Super Square fans, Keith here. Husky O2? Oh, look, it's my buddy Bison Thumper. Nice shirt. Would you like a Frosty Bev? Absolutely. And you guys get ready for the next bonus break here on Super Squares TV.
Now, I bet the two of you have had some fun together pranking people, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
What's the best? Tell me one of the good ones.
Well, when we could get away with it in school, where we'd switch desks, right, or take a class.
How about a date? Ever
So,
a date?
so when I got, we didn't do dates, but when I got married.
How about why? No, I'm kidding.
When I got married, I brought my twin down. I lived down by Omaha at the time, and I had lived down there for 6 years, but nobody had ever seen him. I talked about him a lot, and everyone just assumed I was making him up, right? I got a twin, yeah, right. And so I brought him down. I worked in a casino, and so I was a supervisor, so I had to go up and tell surveillance, I'm going to have my twin do things that are like, if I was to do it, I'd lose my job. So I had him go do it instead, but I had to let the surveillance guys know what was going on so that I didn't get in trouble.
That's
so like,
great.
Like going in, buying in on a table game. I can't do that as a manager, but so I had him go up and try to buy in, and the dealer wouldn't do it, which was great because I wanted to prank the dealer. And so the dealer's like, I can't, he's like, what are you trying to get me fired? And so my twin was, it was weird how he would talk like I would to, hey, I just want to buy in, go ahead and give me the chips. And the dealer wouldn't do it. I was hiding behind a slot machine. So I finally poked my head out and I said, hey, his name was Jim. I said, hey, Jim, give him the chips. He needs them. And then he's looking at us both and he's like, what?
Does your voices sound the same? You wear the same glasses. It looks like you wear the same glasses.
I wore glasses maybe 5 years before he did, and we don't live in the same town. We probably live 2 to 3 hours away from each other right now. And it just so happened that they look alike. We didn't plan it or anything.
Of course not. Yeah. Are your prescriptions about the same?
I never asked him what his prescription is.
I'm just curious.
I'll tell you, I will tell you one thing. They both have great taste in clothes.
Yeah.
So that's a given. And this is really cool. And I don't know if you knew that. There you go. There's the hat.
I love the hat.
I don't know if you knew this, Bison Thumper. This is even more power for our team because I'm a twin and you're a twin.
So we have that going.
And his favorite team is the Twins.
And yeah, that's right. The Twins are up there in Minnesota. So one of the funniest questions I ever get, like being a twin, people are like, "Oh my gosh, really? You're a twin? That's so cool." And they're like, "Do you have a twin brother or sister?" I'm like, "I have a twin sister." Are you guys identical or fraternal? I'm like, really? Stop for 1 second. Think about what you just said. So yes, and I don't know if Brisket has a twin. Brisket said we should have a twin contest.
Yeah, Brisket. I've met them. He has a twin.
Dude, so I got a twin. Brisket's got a twin. Bison's got a twin. We can have a twin contest.
Brisket's got to make a commercial.
There we go.
And your brother just said, speaking of which, 80s Dave, we both bought your shirt, but not knowing the other one did.
Oh, I love it.
That's amazing. I was just going to ask, like, how it seems like Bison talks more in the chat, but every time we bring up Husky, he's here. So are you both kind of on when you can, or does one watch significantly more than the other?
I probably watch more. I think I just saw he's in the chat right now. Let's do
like
it.
every time we bring him up, he's there. It's like, man, maybe he's just a little more of a lurker.
He works a lot, so he's I don't think he has a lot of time to type something in the chat if he's working. But he'll have the Twitch on stream in the tractor he's running.
Very cool. Yeah, Kyler Murray's sitting out. Ski Man points out.
Hey, Super Squares fans. Keith here, Kyle here. Why do we play Super Squares? Boom, boom. Big money, big money. Can't win your game group? Get better buddies. Just not him. And get ready for the next bonus break here on Super Squares TV. What the dork?
Love it. I love that video. Should have won an Oscar.
That was awesome. We need more of that this year.
So, John, it's official. The monkey is off of Matthew Stafford's back. I think the clock just expired, my friend.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford has the most career playoff wins since January 17, 2022. Get wrecked.
Sweet.
Saw that from Jeremy Reisman.
There you go. And so it ends.
There it is. So next week, the Rams will be here in town to play the defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field will have a warm weather team, San Francisco, going up there. That'll be an interesting game as well.
Frank, can I ask one last question?
Sure.
So we got the Saturday games and stuff. Are we going to be able to give updates after each game? Are we going to be able to give updates on Sunday before the Sunday games start? Or are we just kind of waiting until the weekend's over?
You mean as far as the Insider Bowl goes?
Yes.
I'll probably do an update for Sunday so you'll know how Saturday went. We've got to pull a bunch of reports for this. This isn't as automated as the prizes are, but by the way, we're all going to join the top 9 Skybox that's only for us. In fact, we might auto join us. We've built some new technology that we can put people in the Skybox so that they can't forget. We're probably going to do that. So you'll probably be auto joined to the top 9 Skybox. We're going to try to get that done. So if you play this game early, don't join any Skyboxes yet for all of you in this chat.
Very cool.
And appreciate everybody.
And then are we doing both games here streaming? I told you I can do those on Saturday. We're going to do that?
I can only do the late one. So let's just do the
You
late
can
one.
only do the late one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So we'll be doing the late Saturday game and both Sunday games from HQ. You're going to do the early game as well?
Yeah, I'll be live for the Bengals win.
That's correct, sir. Well, very good. Bison, nice for you to join us today, man.
Glad I could finally get the technical difficulties and just use my phone.
It's been great hanging with you. And Frank, man, love this idea. I think it's awesome. The stream was great. Chat, you're the best. We'll see y'all soon.
All right. Good luck, everybody.